High school football officially starts tonight.
It sure does.
Tomorrow night we'll be at a stadium up there in Shirts, getting ready for Brennan against Steele at Steele.
The Fighting Lindhoffs.
Yes, sirs. It's interesting talking to Coach Stephen Baser at Brennan. He's almost already lost his voice, which I'm a little surprised because normally that thing is shot a week into fall camp.
Yeah, I don't think he ever has a voice anymore. I think it's gone. I would like to talk to him about, I don't know, June 1st to see if that thing has come back. But I don't think so. That guy is passionate. Love Coach Baser. All the high school football coaches are great.
So many good ones here in town. And again, you talk about kicking off the high school football season. Number 1 versus number 2 in the city. Both are ranked in the top 20 in the state, according to Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine. Steele at 13, Brennan at 16. And Brennan, I mean, they've been on quite a run. They're going to have a new quarterback for the first time in 4 years. Ashton DeBose is graduated.
Yeah.
A 4-year starter, San Antonio's all-time passing leader, area passing leader. It's going to be a fun one tomorrow night. I can't wait.
I have a feeling this dude's going to be pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they do at Brennan.
Yeah, Caden Glass.
Yeah.
I know. Everything you read, they're rebuilding. BS.
Yeah.
They just reload.
That's exactly right.
Exactly
Same with
what
Steele.
they do.
The same thing. Both of them.
I tell you what, speaking of reloading, it's been quite a day. The last 30 minutes in our office has been quite the bleep show. Look, Pledge is looking at us like, what are you talking about? See, Pledge, we're in there, we're crafting our rundown, this fancy rundown, and
crafting it, yes.
Oh, it's a work of art. I mean, we should find museums to put our rundowns in. Especially, you got to frame this one because this rundown has been through hell and back. This is going to be one great show because Joe was writing, and then it disappeared.
It just went away.
We have no idea where it went. I don't know. And then we found it. Took a while. We found it in the trash on the computer. And then getting it out of the trash required, I don't know, some sort of,
had a little tomato sauce on it
from the CIA or something. and then I realized Joe works without a mouse, which would drive me nuts. And there are people out there that are very good on the computer. Joe is not one of them.
No, I'm not. And so my good friend Jason Minix called up grumpy ass Greg Shelton. And guess what? I've got a mouse now.
Now, my question to you, because I thought you were just one that didn't like to work with a mouse.
Well,
right?
The computer has a little mouse
here,
but
right? That little mouse pad on the computers, that sucks. I hate those. Right? I need to have a mouse.
I was getting quite good at it, actually.
You really weren't after helping you try to find a Google document out of your Google trash. And it was like, well, why don't you have a mouse? Because you were struggling.
Well, today I was, and we start talking. We've had meetings with the boss and doing some other things. And by the time you look up, it's like 1:15. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, the boss has no respect for our time and our show prep. I mean, he's in and out of the office talking about nothing to do with today's show, right? It's what about this and what about? Then he leaves and he comes back. Did you miss me? No, dude. We're trying to put together a show.
We are, but yeah, he was in today. Yeah, with all kinds of stuff,
all kinds of great ideas to make us work more.
That's right. That's right. But he's got all that stuff rolling around in his head, and he's got to get it out.
Although I'd rather him do it during our show prep time than text me at 10 o'clock at night with an idea. So I'm good with that. But we're sitting there. You work without a mouse, and it's like
not anymore.
Well, I asked you, why don't you have a mouse? Like, where do I get one? Which is, Greg Shelton. I'm
afraid of Greg.
I don't want to ask Greg.
I'm afraid of Greg.
So I text Greg Shelton, can you get Ryan Eagle a mouse? And a mouse appears in the studio.
It did. Look at that.
And Greg giving you all kinds of crap. Why can't you ask for yourself? You've worked here. You've been on the struggle bus for a year and a half.
Well, see, there's all these secrets I guess I don't know yet about this place. If you need something, I guess you just ask.
Well,
and it
pretty
will
much
appear.
Isn't that how it works everywhere?
I guess. I guess so. Now I know.
If you need something, you ask.
You ask.
I mean, at the worst, he could tell you no.
Well, that's what I don't take no very well.
Well, we understand that.
Yeah. It's not a good word for me.
And you've heard no a lot your whole life.
I
can tell.
Yes.
I can tell. Yes. So you don't get told no if you don't ask.
Well,
but a mouse. See, if you ever ventured throughout the building, which I'm guessing you don't, Like, have you ever gone into Greg Shelton's office and just hung out and BS'd with him for a few minutes?
No. Why would I want to do that?
That's a good question.
Have you?
Yeah, well, Josie's over there, the great
Well,
dog. But if you go into Greg Shelton's office, he's got all the toys, right? Everything that, from a technology standpoint.
So he's got a lot of mice in there. Is that what you're telling me?
He's got a lot of, yeah. Well, I mean, you would know that he's got just
Mouses.
extra mouse, extra mice, extra whatever you call it. He's got, if you need something that's kind of work required, he has it. Or if he doesn't have it, Iris will have it in her office.
Now, Iris, I have asked her for stuff before.
You need a notepad, you need pens, a paper clip.
I need some pens, but they need to up their pen
game.
Yeah,
the pens here suck.
Yeah, they really do. Because you talk about spoiled. I got to have a pen that writes smooth. I don't like one of those fine points where it just it kind of scratches the paper.
I am a Pilot G207 pen snob.
I don't know. Well,
blue.
I like that, and I'm gonna have to order some. But I got this one from my friends at Parkhurst New Vision, and I like it.
Yeah.
So, and they got I get one every time I go in there.
Well, ask for 3 next time.
They got. Well,
I mean, you're that guy that looks at the mint dish and just dumps them right in your bag, don't you?
I could probably take as many as I want. They sit there on the desk where you make your appointments, and it's a whole bunch of them.
Well,
I like them too. They write well.
The problem that you have there is, your eye is set. It's not like you got to keep going back every week or every 2 weeks
go back
for an adjustment.
One more time.
So one more adjustment.
One more time. It's not an adjustment. It's a set.
A set.
He set it. Yes, was it yesterday? Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
that was not yesterday.
Yesterday was
yesterday. Yesterday was not Tuesday.
Well, it was Wednesday, but that was the day.
Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday.
Yeah, that was the day that I went over there.
Who's on first?
Wasn't it the day? I don't know. They're all rolling together.
Idiot.
I like the pen though.
Yeah. I'm a Pilot G2.
Okay.
You buy them in bulk.
Now I'm gonna have to look on Amazon because I like. Is that like the jelly roller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to try one?
The jelly. Yeah, I would like to try one.
I've got a bag full.
Yeah, let me try one.
$7, sir, for rental.
$7.
Well, you got.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah,
I
like that.
And I prefer them in blue. You can get them. I buy them at Sam's.
Oh, good. That's something else you can pick up at Sam's for me, huh?
They might have those at Costco, but you buy them in bulk. And it's weird because I've got a gazillion pens in my bag that I don't use. Why do I keep them in there? I don't know.
I know it. Well, I like to keep a lot of pens in my bag, though, because you just never know when you need a pen.
Well, that's like here's all the pens in my bag, right? Here's another Pilot one. So I got 4 of the Pilot G2s. The pens that they give you at the Valero Texas Open are fantastic.
Those are good ones too, yeah.
But it's in black. So I've got 2 of those. Probably I guess for the last 2 years we've been out there. And this fancy pen from ESPN that writes like crap. I don't know why that stays in the bag. Couple of Sharpies and a highlighter. I'm good to go.
It makes a difference. I mean, it really does. I just can't. I can't think if I've got a pen that's just kind of scratching along. It's like it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
There's nothing wrong with being a pen snob.
I am apparently, but now I have 2 good pens. That's good. I'll order more.
And now I'm without a pen. Damn it.
Well, you ain't getting this one back.
Yeah.
I got it's like Christmas in here today. I got a pen and a mouse. I'm good to go.
If you'd only do some damn work.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But a pen and a mouse, I mean, that's pretty good. I wonder what, anybody else have a nice day like that?
I don't know. You want a paper clip?
No, don't need a paper clip.
You might. You never know when you're going to need a paper clip.
No. Pledge uses the paper clips to break into people's office.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. That's why I keep paper clips away from him.
Good.
I'm not an enabler.
No.
Although the good news is I heard we don't have to feed James Pledger today. He went and had breakfast with the boys and apparently ate all their food.
Really?
Yeah, I was listening to Rob and Rudy this morning, and they were on location. They were having this big breakfast spread. Rob said, man, there was food for 5 people. They're on the air. They had a little bite of this and a little bite of that. Jasmine was there. She doesn't eat much because, well, she doesn't. And then they look up and all the food was gone and Pledge was out of there. Like literally the kid showed up, grabbed some food, said hello, and then was off to work. So he didn't have to eat for a week is what Rob said on the air.
I didn't get a phone call from Rob or Rudy.
Well,
Did you?
Well, I mean, if you were listening on the radio, they said, come on by. We've got breakfast.
Why? I can't have a little more personal relationship with those guys. I figure a phone call be, hey, Joe, you hungry? Didn't get it. I can check my phone, make sure I didn't
really think you're
miss the
going to get a
call.
personal phone call from Rob Thompson to come eat?
Well, yeah.
No.
Why not?
How long have you known Rob Thompson?
I've known Rob a little while.
Right.
Know him better now over the last 2 years.
He's not calling you.
Well, Rudy could have called.
Again, if there was food there, no.
Rudy doesn't eat anything.
No, but again, though, I mean, he's not going to. I mean, if on the radio we're saying come out and join us, that's your personal invitation. It doesn't get more personal than that.
Okay, well now I know. See, I'm learning
you should have known that this whole time.
I'm learning stuff today. It's been a great day. Mouse, a pen, and now I'm learning.
Yeah, we
know how to get a Google Doc out of the trash can.
And you know what else we discovered on the Google Doc? Is we can work on it at the exact same time.
Who knew?
I had no idea.
All I have to do is send you a copy. Bam, we can work.
Because normally one of us will type the rundown.
Yeah.
Now we both can participate.
How about that? We'll both feel like we were part of the show.
Or not.
Been a great day.
Or not.
Great day.
Yesterday we talked a lot about Sam Williams being in a little bit of trouble. Sam might not really be in that much trouble at all. At least his boss doesn't seem like it's a big deal. We'll get into that. Play you a little sound from Jerry Jones that says, boy, my dad would never have responded like that to me getting arrested. Sam Williams, not in trouble after all, according to Jerry. We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds, nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best barbecue in San Antonio. Tailgating or game watching? Build your own barbecue group pack with sliced brisket, turkey, pork loin, or meats of your choice, and all the classic barbecue sides. And let Smoky Mo's take care of the food while you cheer for the team. Early kickoff? Make everyone happy with Smoky Mo's breakfast taco boxes for a crowd. This season, we'd love to see you at our 7 Smoky Mo's locations, or order for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBBQ.com.
Attention taxpayers, ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute, because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1 month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, we get this question quite a bit. Here's what you have to do. Contact Morgan Harrison via email. It's morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she's going to have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, and even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connecting.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Step up your lunch game at Twin Peaks with hearty combos put together for you that start at just $7.99, featuring savory soups, crisp salads, and a variety of sandwiches to satisfy your every craving. Enjoy your next lunch break with Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagle210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can always dial up or text 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there as well. Make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Please do that. And, you get to take a look at our mugs.
Yes. Sure.
If you're listening on the radio, I'm sorry you don't get that picture, but that's okay. We appreciate that too.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to think, phrase this properly. Growing up, you got in trouble in Dallas, Texas.
Uh-huh.
How was your dad?
It depends. My dad was pretty chill for the most part, but I got caught smoking one time.
Yeah.
And I never did that again. I got popped pretty good.
I mean, for a lot of us, some of us more afraid of our mom, some of us more afraid of our dad.
Uh-huh.
And with my dad was chill, but boy, the worst thing my mom could say is wait till your father gets home.
I know it.
Right?
I know it.
Or if the cops had to call your dad, right? And I'm from a small town too, Gophers Cove, right? Cops call you, and my dad was a mailman, so he knows everybody, right? If you were over at, say I'm at Brian Iron's house, you over there at 2716 Live Oak, huh? Yeah. I mean, you know,
I got brought home by the cops once, and my dad wasn't there, but it was still bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I can only imagine if you're Sam Williams, you're an NFL player,
Yep.
you get arrested again, and you know, not only do you have to deal with all that, but you got your coach, and then you got Jerry Jones.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones doesn't act like a normal father when, and you know what I mean?
No.
Jerry was asked about Sam Williams in his most recent arrest, where he was apparently pulled over for speeding, had a gun in the car, unlawful carrying a weapon, and THC, you know, a vape pen or whatever whatever it might have been, right? All pretty minor, but still, you're in the news. You were arrested. You got to explain to Jerry.
Yeah.
You got arrested. Jerry's like, yeah, no biggie.
I don't anticipate this impacting his time on the field, and I do have all the details. And if it's in a public record, but I do have all of the details. And there's some lessons to be learned there for everybody, really. He hit the wrong combination of things, and we know that some of that wouldn't have been the measure it was or notice it was, but he had another part of it, and when you add those two together, well, my attorney had to find that out. What was he going, 66? Was he going 66 miles an hour?
Last year?
No, this year. So he's 34 miles an hour less than this year than he was last year. 98 to 66. So that's improvement.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I guess you got to find some humor there somewhere. And we know, I guess Jerry's attorney went to pick up Sam, get him out of jail.
You know, I guess, I mean, or looked into the charges. How serious is this? Jerry, nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
And he was, 34 mile an hour improvement. See, he's learning. He wasn't driving 100.
Are you kidding me? Only Jerry Jones.
Well, I mean, I've seen Jerry mad in talking about some of the criminal stuff through the years. Now, granted, and I'm not trying to gloss over a kid getting arrested, right? But a gun and a little bit of weed for Jerry, that's nothing.
Oh, gosh.
Right? I mean, some of the things that they dealt with the Dallas Cowboys, this is nothing. And again, like Jerry said, I don't expect him to get punished, right, from the league. He's not going to miss any time because of this.
And that's good news for that defense, because Sam Williams is starting to come into his own. Second year, he's going to be a pretty good player, I think. I really do. I think he's one of those guys that's going to make some noise this year, and just hopefully, I hope they talk to him, right? And Jerry sits him down by the fireplace with some cookies and milk and says, don't do that again.
I mean,
don't do that again.
Boss, you told me not to drive 100. I was going, where are you going? And granted, I don't know what the speed limit was. I haven't seen any report. Was he going 66 in a 55 and a 30? I don't know. I haven't seen that.
That makes a difference, right? Depending on what the speed limit was. I mean, it wasn't a school zone.
Yes.
Because there was no school going on at the time. So, I mean, there are worse places to get pulled over than others.
It's just one of those interesting, all right, not that big of a deal. And of course, I think Jerry much rather talk about Sam Williams than continue to answer questions about why Jimmy Johnson isn't going into the Ring of Honor, because that interview was a part of the group interview yesterday after their big event in Dallas for season ticket holders, in which it was announced that DeMarcus Ware was going to go into the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And where Jerry said, not time yet for Jimmy.
Well, he said a lot of things too. He called him an old man.
Yeah.
And, so there were a lot of things that he said, but Jimmy's not going in. He's just not. And that's going to irritate. I heard Rob Thompson this morning on R&R in the morning. He was as upset as you are that Jimmy's not going in.
And according to Jerry Jones yesterday, DeMarcus Ware will be the only inductee into the Cowboys Ring of Honor in 2023. So, like yesterday when he announced DeMarcus Ware, and that announcement came at 5:00. So the last hour of the Blitz.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, is he waiting for the Jimmy announcement on its own timetable, right? Like, I'm not announcing Jimmy today. Today's all about DeMarcus Ware. We'll have another big announcement in the coming days, coming weeks, where we'll tell you who else might go in. But he did adamantly say, apparently yesterday, that it's not time for Jimmy, not this year. In fact, DeMarcus Ware is the only one that is going in because, he did say a Jason Witten will go in, a Tony Romo will go in, which he didn't say when, but not this year.
Well,
DeMarcus Ware is the only one this year.
He even said Micah Parsons is going in.
Well, eventually.
Well, I mean, that's what he said. He said, he's got to save a spot for Micah Parsons. A little early for that, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Which begs the question, Jason, does Tony Romo deserve to be in the Ring of Honor?
In the eyes of Jerry Jones, apparently. No.
Why not Danny White? Is Danny White in?
Danny White is not in.
Weren't they kind of the same guy?
No, Danny White at least got to some NFC championship games.
True.
And Danny White was a part of a Super Bowl winning team. He was the punter on Super Bowl 12's team that beat the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl.
Which is very important, by the way.
Well, I mean, he's got a ring and he went to NFC championship games.
And he's not in the Ring of Honor.
And he's not in the Ring of Honor. In fact, you look at Danny White, and most people say Danny White and you go, psh, like he was some piece of crap quarterback, right? I mean, you're either Roger or you're Troy. You don't want to be a Danny White.
No.
Hell, I wish Tony Romo was as good as Danny White. I wish Dak Prescott could get on the resume of Danny White. But Tony Romo, Ring of Honor, now, all-time passing leader. But you look at the time frame in which he played in a passing league versus Troy versus Roger. So he's the all-time passing leader for the Cowboys. Does that get you in? Jason Witten is one of the greatest tight ends to ever play in the NFL.
No doubt.
Even though he doesn't have a ring. DeMarcus Ware had a Hall of Fame career while with the Dallas Cowboys, but his ring is from the Denver Broncos.
Which
those two, I think, Witten and Ware deserve to be in the Ring of Honor. Tony Romo, no. And I'm a Romo-sexual. I'm a big fan of Tony Romo, but I don't see him as a Ring of Honor type.
First of all, I like DeMarcus Ware, but he did leave Dallas and won a Super Bowl in Denver.
Yes.
So shouldn't that disqualify him?
No.
Why?
Well,
I think it should. I mean, why does a guy like DeMarcus Ware get in when he did in Denver?
I look at, and I hear what you're saying. Towards the end of his career, Emmitt Smith finished his career with the Arizona Cardinals.
Emmitt Smith's a different dude.
A lot of guys finished. And at the time, when the Cowboys allowed DeMarcus Ware to go somewhere else, they were doing him a favor. Dude, go win yourself a ring because we're not a Super Bowl caliber team right now.
Well, who knows?
And it's going to save us a lot of money. No, they did him a solid.
Well, who knows? Maybe Randy Gregory's next. We'll put him in the Ring of Honor.
Let's not get ridiculous.
Well, I'm just saying. It's kind of it kind of look. I think Tony Romo deserves it just as much, if not more, as a DeMarcus Ware.
Oof. Yeah, I have a hard time with that one.
I don't know why.
And I love Tony Romo.
Tony Romo did his best to take care of the Dallas Cowboys with the crappiest of defenses.
He did. But again, I look at Jason Witten is a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
DeMarcus Ware is already in the Hall of Fame. Tony Romo is not a Hall of Famer.
Will he be?
No. No.
Why not?
I mean, no, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Wow.
And I don't think he's a Ring of Honor type. I mean,
wow.
And again, I love Tony Romo. The whole Romo-sexual thing. I mean, but no, I don't look at him as a Ring of Honor type player.
See, I
don't look at him as a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I do. When you think Dallas Cowboys lately, Tony Romo comes to mind.
Sure.
Of course he does.
And frustration.
Well, that's not all Romo's fault. Again, he did his best.
Look, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, he and Dak Prescott are basically the same guy, right? I mean, not all his fault. You don't give that same leash to one Dak Prescott, do you? Do you?
So if you had to make a choice between Dak Prescott and Tony Romo, who are you taking?
Tony Romo.
Okay. You do have some sense.
But he's not Ring of Honor.
I disagree. I think he is. And I think he is. Yeah, they even made the guys this morning on R&R in the morning made the ridiculous and they actually thought about it. They mentioned Zeke Elliott.
Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
No.
No. Is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard?
No, I've heard dumber things from you, but
from me, I didn't say it.
I mean, you know, we'll get Zeke his commemorative Salvation Army kettle every year.
That's nice.
That's how we'll honor him.
Zeke doesn't deserve anything. I mean, he wasn't even good. Was he 26 and they already got rid of him? He doesn't deserve anything.
Wow.
Nothing.
Listen to you. Jonathan Taylor.
He doesn't either.
Well, not yet. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is seeking a trade. A lot of you immediately said Cowboys. Could the Cowboys go after Jonathan Taylor? Initial reaction is no. But do you now get involved in trying to get a Jonathan Taylor, maybe just to keep him out of Philadelphia? We'll get into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
If you're hit by a car, truck, or commercial vehicle, you need help with vehicle repairs, car rental, medical care, Davis Law Firm can help get your life back on track. For over 25 years, we have secured important verdicts and settlements for our clients, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car or truck wreck or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the Fours right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds offer big, bold flavors like sea salt and cracked black pepper, spicy dill, and Korean barbecue. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein, your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Learn more at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Man, this is a nice truck.
Yeah, check this out.
What?
I changed it to remind me of my time at sea.
Weren't you in the Air Force?
Yeah, but I really love the ocean. You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper, and you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
SA Card House is San Antonio's premier card house, and going on now through September 30th, SA Card House is giving away more than $270,000 in prizes and a brand new Dodge truck and Dodge Challenger. Check out SA Card House at 281 in Bitters and SACardhouse.com.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You know, a lot of times, you know, we give opinions, we give thoughts, we give statements, if you will. Jim Rome is on our station now. We give takes, right? With the ability to change as information changes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, look, you can plant your flag and go, but at some point you can change your mind on something, right?
Well, sure,
but
doesn't happen very often. But
not really. But you look at this Jonathan Taylor situation,
right?
I don't see that the Cowboys. None of it would make sense for Dallas to go after Jonathan Taylor. You can give me that's that all-in mentality. Make a move, go get him. Give up a future draft pick, but you're not going to trade for Jonathan Taylor, give up draft picks, and assign him to the contract that he's looking for. That makes zero sense. And apparently, a lot of teams feel that way. According to Pro Football Talk, only 6 teams out of the 31 other teams, not named the Colts, only 6 have actually picked up the phone and called the Colts to inquire about Jonathan Taylor. One of them is the Miami Dolphins, and they seem to talk to everybody.
Yes.
And the other team that's kind of aggressive is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Whoa.
Now, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, if you're Steve, and do you say, well, do we get in on this mix? Because we could use a Jonathan Taylor.
Well, sure.
But also, we want to try to do what we can to keep him out of Philadelphia. Do you get aggressive playing defense to keep him from ending up in Philly green?
No. I mean, you don't do that. And you don't do it because you don't, screw up your team just to keep another team from getting a particular player. Look, if Jonathan Taylor ends up with the Philadelphia Eagles, then okay, so be it. So be it. It's not a big deal. They had to give up. They had to mortgage something and move something around. The Cowboys didn't. I just think the Cowboys are set. I mean, they are. And Jonathan Taylor would be a great pickup, but it's not going to happen, nor should it happen for the Dallas Cowboys. You can't be scared of what the Eagles are going to go out and do.
No, but what do the Eagles have? They brought in a Swift from Detroit, right? And they've got Gainwell, right? And Rashad Penny. Didn't he go from Seattle?
Rashad Penny, yes,
right?
yes.
So you wonder, does Philly really need another running back?
Yes.
But the idea that Philly looks like they are doing what Cowboy fans want Jerry to do, and that's quote unquote go all in. Like the Rams did, like the Bucs did, go all in.
Well, I think the Cowboys have done that to a certain extent. I mean, I really do. And now is Jonathan Taylor the final piece of the puzzle that's going to get the Cowboys to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. But look, if you're going to go after Jonathan Taylor, you've got to make sure that he's your future running back. He's not a rental. And I don't think anybody's going to look at him that way. But the Colts have only given him till Tuesday to find something. So he may end up right where he's at and either have to like it or sit out.
And it almost feels like the Colts, to a degree, because they gave him such a short window to go seek a trade. All right, go see what you can find. Almost like what the Ravens did with Lamar. Let's go see if somebody will pay you. And then we'll match it. Right?
Right.
Let's see if we can get something great in return. All right. But if somebody's really going to offer you that kind of contract, then we'll talk.
I just don't think – I don't know what the Colts are doing, to be honest with you.
I don't know that the Colts know what they're doing.
I have no idea what they're doing or what their plan is. Look, Jonathan Taylor's a young man. I mean, he's still got a lot of tread on the tire. And so I could see somebody like a Philadelphia or a Miami or – name a team getting this guy and saying, okay, you are our future. If you don't have a running back already, and I know where running backs are, but a guy like this, why not? Why not get him? Philly, they need a running back.
No, I look at Miami, and I know they call everybody. They missed out on Dalvin Cook.
They did, and they're not happy that the Jets got him.
And so if they feel like there was a need at the running back position, Jonathan Taylor, all right, next up, let's go. Philly, I don't look at them and think like, oh, man, but that all-in mentality. I still don't think the Cowboys should be all in on what it would cost you to get a Jonathan Taylor. Really comfortable with the running back depth behind Tony Pollard, and I'm not overly convinced that Tony Pollard is going to be on the roster next year for the Dallas Cowboys. So if Stephen Jones is kind of in that same boat, like, hey, we're going to play on the tag and then he's going to leave like a Dalton Schultz did, then do you get your running back this year and Jonathan Taylor as opposed to waiting to see what's available next year?
Well, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's a proven commodity.
Yes.
And so that's the difference. You draft somebody out of college, you just don't know because that step up is a big one. If the Cowboys thought that Jonathan Taylor could be their future at running back, then you make that deal. Nobody is going to make this deal for a rental. He's just too good of a player, and you'd have to give up too much to do it. So whoever it is, if it's anybody, is going to have to say, you're our guy, and we're going to sign you to a Dalvin Cook type deal or a Saquon Barkley type deal. We're going to give you $8 million a year for the next 3 or whatever it is, but you're going to have to decide that.
And you would almost, I mean, 6-8 million, 12 million. I think he wants double digits per year.
I think he does.
And the market is saying that's not it. And the fact that, according to Pro Football Talk, 6 teams, 6.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about the running back market, the running back position?
I think that's a lot, honestly, in my mind, that 6 teams have called.
Do you think 6? I mean,
do. In this time with running backs, yeah, I think it's a lot.
Well, I think it says where you are with the running back position. I would think, I don't know, 15 to 20 teams would at least kick the tires. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is one of the better running backs in the National Football League. He's young. He's going to get paid, and that's it. Nobody wants to pay him, and nobody wants to give up draft capital to go get him. So you've got one of the best players in the league at the position, and only 6 teams at least picked up the phone and called to see what the what the asking price really is, that to me is surprising. And that does not bode well for all the running backs who got on a Zoom call a couple of weeks ago to try to change the value of their position.
Well, it's interesting. And if you are a team that's calling, Philadelphia being one, and I can see where they're coming from, thinking that this is their year. They got really close last year. This is their year. We need a Jonathan Taylor. We need a running back, somebody that can change the game for us offensively. You make the move, or you at least try to, if it doesn't break the bank. I mean, a lot of teams could just wait because he's going to be a free agent next year. But if you're thinking that this is your time, you pull the trigger and you do it now.
And if you're Dallas, don't you have that same philosophy?
Well,
if you think this is your year, you bite the bullet and try.
I'm just not sure. Is a Jonathan Taylor the cherry on top of a Super Bowl cake?
I look at a split backfield with Jonathan Taylor and Tony Pollard, and I think about how dangerous that could be versus a Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn, a Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle, or if Tony Pollard gets hurt, who becomes your bell cow guy? And I don't even factor in a Ronald Jones. Now, there will be some guys that get cut in the next week.
Right. There will be.
And maybe one of those guys ends up in Dallas. But I'm still you look at the areas of concern, and there are not many on this Dallas Cowboys team. Backup offensive linemen and running back depth are two of the bigger concerns for the Cowboys.
But you don't bulldoze the whole house if you've got a leak in the corner. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
And so I just don't think that the Cowboys are going to want to make Jonathan Taylor their future. I don't know why. I would consider that, I think, if I'm Dallas or Philly or whoever else is looking. But I just think that the Cowboys are not going to be in that realm where they're going to do that. And I just don't see him going to Dallas.
Did you guys watch Swamp Kings on Netflix yet? The behind-the-scenes Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow era of the Florida Gators. Supposed to be this. We'll get into it as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning.
Friday on R&R in the morning. That means it is time for the show within the show. That's right. RJ Ochoa joins us at 7:30. We also get you ready for Cowboys versus Raiders.
College football begins, Rudy. We got all kinds of games on the docket. We'll get you ready for Notre Dame and Navy. And heck, there might be a Heisman Trophy watch as USC gets busy as well.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances, like a new LG refrigerator capable of making 4 different types of ice. Or an LG oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online, your innovative new appliances are also just a click away. Get up to $700 off select appliances, plus an extra $1,000 off LG kitchen appliances, only at the Home Depot. Pricing valid 8/24 through 9/13, U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Clorox disinfecting wipes help clean thousands of life's messes, like mess number 5, food delivery grease spots on the kitchen counter.
Oh my.
And mess number 41, coffee grounds that miss the filter.
Let's try this again.
And mess number 12, stepping directly into that deceivingly wet patch of grass.
Sorry, dude.
Clorox disinfecting wipes are there for you for thousands of life's messes and kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria when used as directed. Shop now at Clorox.com. Clorox, start clean.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep, switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Tour a Meritage home to start living the dream of owning a new home. Each Meritage home is built with the energy and money-saving features like spray foam insulation and high-performance air filtration. Check out any of our communities across the San Antonio metro area and find the perfect fit to start a life built better. Go to meritagehomes.com/San Antonio to learn more and to schedule a private or virtual appointment today. That's meritagehomes.com/San Antonio. Actual energy savings and performance may vary. Meritage Homes is an equal housing opportunity builder.
When it comes to getting work done on your property, get the power, comfort, and quality you need by choosing Kubota compact construction equipment, like excavators, skid loaders, and track loaders. At Ewald Kubota, we have all the equipment you need, whether you're buying or renting. And we know you need the reliable, dependable equipment Kubota is known for. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer. Visit us at ewaldkubota.com.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel here. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, we get this question quite a bit. Here's what you have to do. Contact Morgan Harrison via email. It's morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she's going to have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, and even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connecting.
Skincare routines are just for girls. Well, I used to think that, but now that I've started using Toro Cosmeceuticals for men, my appearance and confidence have improved. What is Cosmeceuticals? Well, that's just a fancy word for skincare backed up by science. Finally, a luxury yet affordable skincare line for men. Toro Cosmeceuticals. Skincare for all men. Go to toroskincare.com and use code SA20 to get 20% off your first purchase.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. You can check it all out at sacardhouse.com. Full bar, full restaurant attached, Foster's Bar and Grill. One of the best old-fashioned you're going to get. 3-4 top-level chefs. The best bread pudding that you ever have in your life. I've had just about everything on the menu. And also, for the beginners like myself, they got the free roll on Monday nights, only $35. You play pretty good, guess what? You'll last a little bit longer than I do. But for my pros out there, the 6-year anniversary for SA Card House, August 1st through September 30th, they're going to do 16 hot seat drawings daily from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. and one ticket for every 50 hours of play, or a chance to win a Dodge Ram or a 2023 Dodge Challenger SXT. That's right, over $270,000 in prizes. Check it all out for yourself at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House, 281 and Bitters.
Friday on R&R the Morning. RJ Ochoa stops by for his weekly. We're looking at the Raiders as they're coming to the Star. Will we see any starters? We doubt it. And the Domers are back in business. College football begins, and we'll get you ready for Domers and Navy and everything else. Now back to Joe and Jason. Guess what, boys? We were on the road today. That mess, you see, that's all yours.
There is no mess.
None.
It's amazing you walk into a clean studio because it looks like we left it yesterday.
Yeah, I thought Pledge may have come in here and kind of cleaned things up a little bit before we got in. But we did leave it pretty clean, didn't we?
We always do.
Oh, we do.
And then Pledge comes in and disinfects afterwards. But he does that after every show.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It is a Hot Ticket Thursday. I was just handed a note.
Yeah.
At 3:20. You can win a pair of tickets to go see Luke Combs.
Wow.
At the Alamo Dome on May 10th.
Luke Combs, huh?
Yeah, that's a big show.
Nice.
A big concert coming to the Dome. We'll also have some at 5:20. But at 3:20, it's 2:55.
Nice.
So 25 minutes for you Luke Combs fans. Hot Ticket Thursday.
Yeah, I'll have to leave for a minute when that happens.
Why?
Oh, I'll make a phone call.
You're not eligible.
Oh, come on.
Let's go see Nick in promotions.
Oh,
put me down on the list.
It put me on the list.
Exactly. If it only worked that way.
I know.
You know, yesterday, my nephew's in town, and we went down to Pinkerton's for some great barbecue last night, which was fantastic. Get home, and what are we doing? I don't know. I want to watch Swamp Kings because there's nothing really on TV, right?
Not really, no.
And the Netflix series has been good. The Johnny Manziel doc was good. The one on Balco was good. So, all right, let's see what they've got on Urban Meyer and the Florida Gators. Now, I turned it on and I realized this is 4 parts. Johnny Manziel was 1, and it was an hour.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it must be really good then. If they got so much material, they got 4 parts, because I wanted the Johnny Manziel doc to be longer. I wanted more. It left you wanting more. So you get through, and all the episodes are like 45, 48 minutes. So you get through the first one. You're like, all right, good stuff is in the next episode. Let's keep it rolling. All right, next episode's getting all right, but nothing controversial yet. Nothing really kind of dirty, seedy, nothing. It was, and way too much Urban Meyer in this for me, because I want to hear from like the players that were involved. I want to hear people talking about what a jerk Urban was, not Urban saying this is how I ran the show. And yeah, I probably was a little hard on some of these guys, and Tim Tebow, and then it's all said and done. You're like, well, this was a waste.
Did you watch all 4 episodes?
All 4 episodes.
You watched all 4?
All 4 last night. Up to 11:30 at night, I'm watching this stuff.
Dude.
Well, I got waiting for it to get good.
Well, you should have known.
Well, I mean, like save the bombshells for the 4th one. All right, I get it.
And you watched it.
I did.
Hook, line, and sinker, they got you.
Zach went to bed like at 10:30. Joanna went to bed on them. I'm sitting there watching it by myself. Unless you're a Florida Gator homer, Bolahue, this is worthless. This is worthless.
Well, it's a propaganda piece, isn't it, for Urban Meyer?
I don't even know if it's that. I mean, I don't feel any differently about Urban Meyer than I did before, right? I can't say that it made him look good, or maybe a little bit remorseful as he reflects on some of the things that he did, but he's still a piece of crap, and will always be. I mean, he owns some things, I suppose, but yeah, maybe it was a propaganda piece on Urban Meyer. It certainly is not a Florida Gator recruiting video, but it's not the bombshell, let's get the behind the scenes true look at what was really going on with the Florida Gators like we were expecting. The honesty, let's take the curtain back and bear everything that you felt like you got from Johnny Manziel, you don't get from Urban Meyer.
I'm sure happy you watched it, so now I don't have to. I've read a bunch of stuff on this, and everything I've read that is just it's an Urban Meyer glowing piece. And
I wanted to hear about all the crap with Aaron Hernandez.
There's no crap.
Yeah, he's not even in it.
Come on. Yeah, it's that's too bad.
And they make poor Chris Leak look like he was just an awful quarterback. Chris Leak was a good quarterback.
He was a good quarterback.
He was far better than what he comes across in this deal.
Hey, that's too bad. Well, you can't win them all. They can't all be good, Minix. I'm glad you watched it. Oh, it takes it right off my plate.
So you're not going to watch?
Hell no. I have no desire to watch that. Never.
Honestly, guys, save your time.
Yeah.
It's unless you're really, really bored. Maybe you're laid up in the hospital.
I'll watch an infomercial.
No, this is better than an infomercial.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, this is better than an infomercial.
Okay. I got a story to tell. Go ahead. I'll tell it after the break.
Ah, good. Well, there is no break. It's just Sports Center.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, your new home for the Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at noon.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Rough day for a couple of San Antonio football players, Reagan and Texas A&M star Kellen Mond. He was released by the Cleveland Browns. Browns also released UTSA star Charles Wiley. LA Lakers are going to unveil a statue of Kobe Bryant on February 8th. The team made that announcement along with Vanessa Bryant this morning. And the Texas Rangers take on the Minnesota Twins tonight. You can hear that game on your home for Rangers baseball, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can get us on Twitter at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. Make sure you follow the station as well at SA Sports Star. Dial up or text 210-656-ESPN 656-3776.
Great to have you along on a Thursday. Thursday's a good day of the week. I don't know why. I like Thursdays because you got the weekend to look forward to. You know, Friday's Friday and everybody's happy of it, but it's kind of like the anticipation of the weekend. That happens on Thursday.
Well, it's Thursday, Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. So it's kind of like, right? Christmas Eve. You're looking forward. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Well, that's a stretch.
Well, maybe, but I like Thursdays.
You got football on tonight.
I know.
You've got high school football that actually kicks off tonight. You got
That's
a couple
right.
of NFL preseason games on tonight.
Well, we got Philly and somebody in Pittsburgh and somebody. It's like the Pennsylvania show tonight.
Philly and somebody and Pittsburgh and somebody.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you're very much looking forward to the games that are on it tonight. You got Pittsburgh against Atlanta, the early game, and then the Colts and the Eagles.
Oh, boy, the Colts.
And that one apparently is on Prime Video.
And the other one's on the NFL Network.
Yes.
The
other one being Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
I would like to see Anthony Richardson. I'm assuming he's going to play tonight. I would like to watch. I haven't seen him in action yet in a Colts uniform. So I kind of like to see that. So I may be watching that one a little bit.
You know, another thing you could watch on the text line, 3776 says on HBO Max, they've got a show called BS High School about the school that went on to ESPN to play football. Come to find out they weren't a real school. That was what, Bishop Sycamore.
Oh, that's right.
I
remember that story.
Watching on Real Sports.
Yeah.
That it's there. But I don't know if I'm going to watch that one.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe I will. I'd rather watch that than Swamp Kings.
Well, I mean, some of these docs are so good. And with the writer strike going on, there seems to be a lot more of these productions that are coming out, although every network now seems to be doing something. So we'll see. I won't say I won't watch the BS High School one.
Yeah.
But I might.
Well, okay, good. You can tell me about that one too then.
What do you watch at night?
Well, it depends.
I mean, you don't watch anything good.
No, I really don't. You know what I did watch last night? Just because
no, I really don't.
I'm kind of like a political geek in some things. So I watched part of that presidential debate.
You watched
last
the debate
night.
last night?
I did.
You were the one?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I may have been the only one, but I thought it was. I get into that kind of stuff. It's starting to get into election season, you know. So I want to see who the people are.
I'm going to guess not a lot of people watched last night because my Facebook feed wasn't filled with whichever side you're on.
Well, it is a little early, don't you think? I mean, we're still over a year out from the presidential election.
Yes, then it is really early.
It's really early. But,
yes.
You know,
but
I mean,
Fox News needs to sell something.
They
so let's throw on a debate.
Right. Man, there's going to be another one next month.
Oh, good Lord. We'll be into football season.
Yes,
by then.
we will.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
It is Kobe Bryant Day, August 24th, the two numbers that he wore with the Los Angeles Lakers. And at 8:24 a.m. today, Pacific time, the Lakers on social media dropped a message from Vanessa Bryant.
Hi, everyone. As you know, Kobe played his entire 20-year NBA career as a Los Angeles Laker. Since arriving in the city and joining the Lakers organization, he felt at home here, playing in the City of Angels. On behalf of the Lakers, my daughters, and me, I'm so honored that right in the center of Los Angeles, in front of the place known as the house that Kobe built, we are going to unveil his statue so that his legacy can be celebrated forever. Hope to see you there.
That's awesome. And my only question is, what took so long? I mean, sincerely, what took so long? That statue should have been up, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago.
You know, I believe Kobe had a little help before he passed in the design of the statue. And then with the helicopter crash, maybe things got put on hold. They are going to unveil it officially on February 8th. The February, month 2, is the jersey number that his daughter wore that was on the helicopter. And then, of course, he wore the 8th. They play the Denver Nuggets that way. So there's all kinds of thought to incorporate the jersey numbers into all of everything that they're going. And you've been to Staples Center,
yes,
many times, or whatever they call it.
Whatever
now.
they call it.
And all those statues that they have out front, it is very cool.
It is cool
when you go over there. And I mean, obviously, you've got some of the Laker greats, like Magic and Kareem, Shaq, Elgin Baylor, Chick Hearn is there, but also Oscar De La Hoya has a statue there. Wayne Gretzky, Luc Robitaille, some of the hockey greats, and yes, Kobe statue. You wonder why it took so long, but the fact that it's going there, and it's such a cool area in downtown Los Angeles. And even if you're not going to an event there, every time we're there, we always seem to walk by and check out the statues.
Well, you have to. It is a cool place. I will give LA credit for that. Like I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. I love the guy. I thought he not only just as a player, but talking to him as well. And I just
you were friends with Kobe. You can say that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Kobe knew you. Kobe knew you and Marcus.
Me and
You're
Marcus,
a photographer at Channel 5 for
He was
forever.
a great guy. He was a great guy, and always talked to Marcus and I every time we saw him. And back in the Spurs heyday, in a lot of the championship runs, and even the ones that weren't, but in the playoffs, it seemed like the Spurs were always playing the Lakers, always. And so it developed into a pretty cool little rivalry. But you cover it so often, and you see the same faces, then that's what happened.
But it's one thing to see the same faces and the relationships that's built. I mean, when Kobe calls you and Marcus out by name, you get an interview that nobody else is getting. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. That is.
Well, it's cool. I love Kobe Bryant. John Ireland's another one.
Yeah.
A guy I got to know because of that. So, it's just
John Ireland, who does radio on ESPN 710, and he's on the Lakers broadcast. He's just a cool guy.
He's a good guy.
He turned me on to Uncle Fred's Pancake House there in Manhattan
Nice
Beach
guy.
one time. He's like,
I tell you what, I was, and it's still, it still kind of gets to you, because I'll never forget getting that news, back in 2020, and it was just like, gosh,
you talk about getting that news. Now you go back to early 2020. It was pre-COVID.
Yep.
We were going to the Super Bowl in Miami, and I'd had a rough week because my father had passed about a week before, had his funeral, and then that Sunday, Rob Thompson and I, we get on a plane and we fly to Miami to get ready for Radio Row coverage.
Yeah.
I'm driving the rental car. We flew in the Fort Lauderdale because, Southwest Airlines, and we're staying in downtown Miami. There's construction everywhere. Rob Thompson's got the directions on his phone. I'm driving. Rob Thompson, his directions are always in some sort of weird accent. Sometimes it's, like a British lady. Sometimes it could be a Norwegian man, but it's never just like what I have on my phone. So I'm getting directions from somebody with a foreign accent. Rob gets off on that. I don't know why, and it's funny.
Well, the best way, he's got a great one now.
Yeah, I don't even know
some dude that's just a real ass.
Hey, idiot! I said turn left there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're driving. We're getting into downtown Miami. Rob's got the directions on his phone, and all our alerts start going off. And he's like, Kobe died. it was like, what? Missed the exit. And we're trying to figure out what's going on, trying to find a sports station in Miami to get the latest. It took forever to get to the place we were staying because, well, we kept taking wrong turns because we were more interested in the news and was it true? Was it not true? Because, I mean, a helicopter crash? What?
Yeah.
I mean, all of it. It was just devastating. And then, you're at Radio Row. It's the celebration of the NFL. It's the Super Bowl.
Oh, sure.
And all anybody wanted to do was talk about Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a weird environment to be in, not like what you normally get on Super Bowl Radio Row.
It was just a surreal moment where you're right. I mean, it's like, there's no way that happened. And unfortunately it did. But Kobe, I'm always fond memories of Kobe Bryant.
Absolutely. Statue going up on February 8th. And I imagine that is going to be quite a scene there in downtown Los Angeles and well-deserved.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be a big celebration of a great basketball player and a good human.
And they got the Nuggets that night. So
yeah, that'll be on top of that.
Staying out in Los Angeles, you talk about great players, one of a kind type players. Shohei Ohtani is one of those kind of players. I mean, Shohei Ohtani might be the best baseball player that we've ever seen,
has
ever played. And that includes like a Babe Ruth or whoever.
Yeah. No, I agree. This guy is and you talk about, I know we've thrown out the term alien a lot lately, but I think it applies to Ohtani. Guy's incredible.
You look at, and it's a shame because he's with the Angels and he doesn't play in front of sellout crowds every night. And you wonder why, because he is one of those athletes that if you get a chance to go see him, it's incredible. I was fortunate enough last year, randomly, I was in Phoenix to visit my daughter. Let's go to a baseball game. And he was pitching that night. Didn't hit a home run in that game, but hit 2 doubles off the wall.
Nice.
But it's one of those that you're never going to forget watching what may be the greatest player that we've ever seen because of what he can do with his bat, and he's a hell of a pitcher. Well, he might need Tommy John surgery, UCL tear.
Yeah.
And he's a free agent. He's not going to pitch again this year.
No, he's done.
You wonder, and immediately, how many hundreds of millions of dollars does that injury cost him? Or is he still a $500 million player just because of the draw that he is, even if now he only becomes one of the greatest hitters in baseball?
He could still do that for sure. It's, that's a good question. It's going to be interesting to see because I think he's done with the Angels. I can't see him staying there. I don't care if they, open up a bank for him. I just don't see him staying there because I think they have failed him big time. I really do. And so I think Ohtani's going to go off somewhere. He'll end up, who knows, playing with the Dodgers or, the Yankees or somebody like that.
But if you're a general manager, if you're an owner of a baseball team, and he has to have Tommy John surgery, how do you guarantee him $50 million, $60 million a year for the next 7, 8, 10 years?
Well, that's going to be the issue. But I mean, still, what's going to be great about Ohtani is that he can still hit. And so, the Tommy John surgery is not going to affect that. Look, these days, Tommy John surgery is not the scary monster that it used to be. I think he's going to be okay. And it would shock me if he doesn't come back and pitch very much like he left us last night on the mound. So
scary.
It is.
Deshaun Watson, he has a lot to prove. So does Russell Wilson.
Yes, they do.
What a dork Russ is. We're talking about what some quarterbacks have to prove as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It is Thursday, the weekend right around the corner. If you're going to fire up that grill before you do, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. They're 2 great locations because that great meal starts with great meat and nothing better than at what you're going to get at Tri-County Meat Market. They have everything you need to up your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers. They're now featuring MTX beef that is raised, fed, and harvested from a family-owned and operated ranch in the Texas Hill Country. MTX for Mason, Texas, where that ranch is. Maybe you want to do some beef ribs, some pork ribs, English crosscuts, tri-tips, picanha. The brisket burgers, they got everything you need and the quality you expect there at Tri-County Meat Market. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hey, I want to tell you about Woods Comfort Systems. I can tell you about Woods Comfort Systems because I know the people that own it, that run it, that do the business every day. It's the Woods family. I grew up with the Woods family in my hometown of Alice, Texas, known them my entire life. And let me tell you this, they've been in the air conditioning business for 60 years, long time. And I'm so proud to have them here on San Antonio Sports Star. But if you're looking for a new energy efficient AC system, now is the perfect time to do that. You got to contact Woods Comfort Systems because right now you can take advantage of up to $2,500 in rebates, a free 12-year parts and labor warranty, plus you're going to get a free Solaris indoor air quality package as well. Take advantage of these offers and do it today. Give them a call, 877-324-6902, 877-324-6902. You can also get them online at woodscomfortsystems.com. The Woods family is going to take care of you. I know that for a fact. They will. Give them a call. After all, Woods Comfort Systems. Comfort is their middle name.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sure, the starters may only play for a drive, if at all, but the NFL preseason is still football, and it's great, baby, and man, have we missed it. Plus, if you're searching for some late-round flyers, there's no better research than watching every play at Twin Peaks. Get to the lodge, Twin Peaks, for every game.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Record-breaking country music superstar Luke Combs, live in San Antonio. Luke Combs, Growing Up and Getting Old Tour. Playing 2 nights at Alamo Dome. Friday, May 10th, with special guests Cody Jinks, Charles Wesley Godwin, Haley Witters, and the Wilder Blue. And Saturday, May 11th, with special guests Jordan Davis, Mitchell Tenpenny, Drew Parker, and Colby Acuff. Luke Combs, playing 2 nights at Alamo Dome, Friday, May 10th and Saturday, May 11th, with a unique lineup each night. Get tickets now, and for full show info, visit lukecombs.com. Presented by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co. Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller wins.
Friday on R&R in the morning. RJ Ochoa stops by for his weekly. We're looking at the Raiders as they're coming to the Star. Will we see any starters? We doubt it. And the Domers are back in business. College football begins, and we'll get you ready for Domers and Navy and everything else. Now back to Joe and Jason. Guess what, boys? We were on the road today. That mess, you see, that's all yours.
Yeah, there's no mess in our studio.
Not at all.
It was a clean studio because, I don't know, somebody came in here, cleaned everything up, and dropped a couple of Luke Combs tickets on our table. You want them? Be caller number 9 right now on this Hot Ticket Thursday, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Luke Combs, the Growing Up and Getting Old tour, Friday, May 10th. Cody Jenks is going to be on the bill, so will Charles Wesley Godwin.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Haley Witters and the Wilder Blue. It's all about Luke Combs.
Be a bunch of
I've heard of Cody Jenks.
Bunch of hillbillies in the Alamo Dome.
What year was it? Was it Iowa State and the Schlitz beer that we had to order when they were here for the Alamo Bowl?
That's right.
Was it Schlitz?
I think,
or was it something else?
I think it was something else. I don't even think they make Schlitz anymore.
It was some sort of off-brand. It was like, really?
Dude, I'll never forget Schlitz, though. It's the first beer I ever drank. A Schlitz.
It was an old Mickey's for me. Remember the old Mickey's bottles?
Yes.
Or Falstaff. One of the two. I can't remember.
Well, Falstaff, dude. That's what my grandfather used to drink. Falstaff. That's all he would drink. The old Falstaff. They made it in San Antonio.
What was the Iowa State beer?
I can't remember. I don't think it was Schlitz, though, because
I don't. As soon as I said that, it's not right.
Yeah,
but it was not our normal.
I remember that. I don't remember the brand.
All right. If you don't win the Luke Combs tickets now, because every line is lit up 4 times,
of course,
we'll give away another pair at 520. Hot Ticket Thursday.
Glad that you've got a pair.
420 Skid Row and Buck Cherry tickets.
Woo!
That's going to be a good show as well.
Yeah.
Just seeing this on Twitter. According to Myra Arthur from KSAT. The city of San Antonio is going to hold a press conference here in a bit because apparently there is a strong possibility that ERCOT will order power outages this afternoon and into the evening. They're asking us to conserve energy from 3 to 10 due to the extreme temperatures and continued near record demand and forecasted low wind power generation.
Wow.
Whatever all that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Means our power might go out tonight.
Well, yeah, not because there's a storm, because they have to.
Yeah. So
let's go buy an electric car.
Here we go.
Hey, why not? Jeez.
Waiting to see if Pledge is ready because we've got audio in this segment. You good, Pledge?
He's answering the call. Somebody won.
I know it.
Somebody got him.
I know somebody's begging and bribing. It sounds like.
Wow.
I can almost hear him through the glass. A couple of different quarterback stories to get into. Let's start with Trey Lance.
Okay.
Nobody seems to want this guy.
No. Nobody.
Right? I mean, it is so bizarre to see the San Francisco 49ers tweet out QB2. I mean, it's one thing to, tweet out so-and-so is our starting quarterback. Very rarely do we hear so-and-so is solidified quarterback 2. But that's what they did in San Francisco. Trey Lance apparently is available, but there's nobody seemingly willing to give San Francisco much for this guy, if anything.
Well, yeah, and so it looks like he's going to stay in San Francisco. Look, this is just we have all the hype for all of these people and all of these guys, and it's not just the NFL. It happens in other professional sports as well. You think the guy coming up is the next best, greatest thing ever. San Francisco gave up a lot to go get Trey Lance, and obviously, at least for now, he's just not ready for it. He's not the player that they thought he was going to become, and it just baffles me sometimes. That's why I want to, and not wishing any bad on these guys like a C.J. Stroud and a Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson. Are they the real deal? I mean, they were great college quarterbacks, but does that translate into the NFL? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I mean, if you sit through all 4 episodes of Swamp Kings on the Florida Gators, you realize that one of the greatest college quarterbacks that we've ever seen in Tim Tebow was not a great NFL quarterback.
No, although he had his flashes.
Sure.
In Denver. But
sure.
You're right. That's a good point. But it just doesn't translate all the time into that. Because some of the best quarterbacks, Tom Brady, 5th-round draft pick.
Well, that's it.
I mean,
because you could look at, say, a Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel could have been a good NFL quarterback if he tried.
If he would have put some effort into it.
I mean, we know Tim Tebow did everything he could. He just was not an NFL quarterback. Right. Now, you look at a guy like Deshaun Watson. He was an incredible quarterback at Clemson.
Yes, he was.
He had a great start to his NFL career when he was with the Houston Texans. The last 2 years, he hadn't played a lot of football.
Not at all.
And the maturity of Deshaun Watson, when asked, because you know how they rank all the quarterbacks, he's not very high on the list. And you know what he said? I don't deserve to be high on any of those lists.
Not at all. I mean, I stay focused on what I got to do and control what I can control. You know, the rankings, there's always a rankings each and every year. So at the end of the day, you can't focus on that because there's always, that ranking is always changing. And for me, I mean, I missed 2 years of football. So, I mean, I shouldn't be in those rankings, to be honest, if you're asking me. And I haven't played enough football the last 2 years to even be up there. So, you know, I got to go out there and prove and show what I got to do and to get back in those conversations. But for me, I just lock in on what I need to lock in on and just focus on my tasks, and, you know, everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, what a great answer. I mean, that is a great answer. Instead of being, you know, upset or I should be there and all of this stuff, it was a great, very mature answer out of Deshaun Watson.
And it felt honest.
Yeah.
It felt real. Complete opposite of what you get out of Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Wilson has turned into one of the fakest people sounding on planet Earth. There's pressure on Russell Wilson this year. I think we all know that there is a lot of pressure on him after the year he had last season with the Denver Broncos. And he went deep into the cliche book when asked about dealing with that pressure and used every cliche possible.
Do I feel the pressure? No. You know, I don't run from it. You know, I look forward to it. I run to it.
I run to pressure.
We as a team, you know, we're all in this thing together. We're all searching for one thing, and that's to get better every day. We're not looking too far ahead. You know, all we got is today, trying to learn as much as we can from today's practice, trying to learn to the next day and use that experience. But you know, for me personally, you know, I've been fortunate to play. It's be my 12th year. God's blessed me with 12 years, you know, doing this. And every time I go to the game, every time I strap on my pads or practice, whatever it may be, I just got a heart of gratitude. You know, heart of gratitude is what frees your mind to play with joy and to do it with competitive edge too at the same time, and to know where the gift comes from and from above. And so for me, I'm also grateful I get to do it with such great guys that work their butts off every day. That makes you know, the job that much better.
Yeah, we run the pressure. We learn every day. I got to make sure I include my teammates in here. I used every
they just have to call my agent if they want to talk to me.
Yeah,
and make an appointment. Come on, Russell Wilson. My gosh,
that's awful.
You know that I want to. There's a name for a guy like that I can't use on the radio. Please. Yes, exactly.
What? Oh, Pledge said it in your ear?
Pledge said something in my ear. Exactly what I'm thinking. I can't say that on the air.
I got you.
Uh-huh.
I think we all got you.
I'll tell you.
I think everybody out there.
It involves a bag.
And the D's not for Denver?
No, it's not.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's not just a gadget guy. That's what Dak Prescott says.
Whatever.
We'll dive into the latest comments on Deuce Vaughn as we continue here on the Blitz. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need T-shirts done, go see Sammy. You can screen print your T-shirts. Maybe you got an event coming up or group organization, you need T-shirts done. Sam will get you taken care of. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Over 12,000 caps are on display right now in his showroom, just waiting for your logo, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. Call 210-824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
At the UPS store, you can ship it all. We're your bulky sports equipment shipping store, your heavy luggage shipping store, your fancy art shipping store. We're even your I can't believe it's already time for back to school shipping store. So visit your neighborhood We Ship It All store. Shipping with easy-to-use tracking and competitive rates. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay. Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
SA Card House is San Antonio's premier card house, and going on now through September 30th, SA Card House is giving away more than $270,000 in prizes and a brand new Dodge truck and Dodge Challenger. Check out SA Card House at 281 in Bitters and sacardhouse.com.
Score $1,000 cash for back to school and another $1K for your favorite school or charity. Register to win now at sasportstar.com. Good luck from the Institute for Functional Health and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along here on this Thursday afternoon.
It is. Boy, I just walked out there, grab some water and get rid of some. It's a beautiful day out there.
Yeah.
Apparently hot, though.
Well, and again, could be power outages tonight. ERCOT ordered power outages. You think about the Dallas Cowboys running back situation. And, Dak Prescott talking about Deuce Vaughn today saying, dude, he's not a gadget guy. He's a guy that could literally make this team and run between the tackles. And looking at it, what we've seen through preseason games, RB2 right now looks like a battle between Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn.
Rico Dowdle's going to win that battle.
Now,
Is that right?
Mike McCarthy, not really, says that there is the possibility that they could end up keeping 4 running backs on the roster.
Oh, I hope so. Because I think there's definitely, candidates to fill that out. But yeah, it's, this is a important game for those guys, and I'll say this, Hunter hasn't been given a lot of opportunities. So I definitely want to see him play a lot Saturday night. So, I definitely want to fill the void that's created sometimes where players haven't been given enough opportunities.
Well, it's interesting, and not to change the subject, but he also said today that Will Grier is probably going to play the majority of that game.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And you want to see what you've got in Will Grier. And, who's he handing it to? Monday is going to be a rough day for everybody in the NFL. It's never easy for these coaches, and obviously a lot of players' dreams are going to end, at least for the current moment and the team that they're on. But when you look at the running back battle, and because it doesn't look like there's been a lot of separation between the guys behind Tony Pollard, except for, say, he mentions Hunter. That guy's not going to make the team.
No, he's done.
But Malik Davis, that guy hasn't gotten the opportunities that you expected to see in the first 2 preseason games. So, Mike McCarthy, what do you actually look for when deciding who's going to win a job and who isn't?
Versatility. Just look at the personnel groups that they play in. I think offensive football, the way I've always broken it down is you have 2 backs, 1 back, or no back offense. So what's their versatility to play in the two-back schemes and one-back schemes, and the ability to displace and play in empty formations. So, and I think all those guys have done a nice job in those areas. But then, as we talked about so many times in here, the biggest change for us offensively has probably been in our protection. So and the backs are part of that. So and I think they've all done a nice job because it's relatively new for what we're asking those guys to do. So I mean, all those things are part of their job description.
I just want to know, and I'm looking at the depth chart. If Deuce Vaughn is in such, he's right there. Why is he 4th on the depth chart?
Well, because he's a rookie and it's the unofficial, not regular season depth chart.
Well, I'm just saying it is the latest depth chart, but I thought Deuce Vaughn.
It really says right up there. It says right up there on the top, unofficial.
I just thought Deuce Vaughn was.
It was put together by the PR department, not the coaching staff.
Okay. So they just decided by themselves to throw in Deuce Vaughn 4th.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Well, I mean,
Rico Dowdle 2nd and Malik Davis 3rd. Then your Hunter Lupke is
practice squad.
He's trailing.
Well, that's what it is. Now, you look at Rico, and what really helps Rico stand apart is his ability to block in the passing game.
To be honest with you, that's really a strength of Rico's. If you watch him in pass protection and, going back to his first year, he's a natural to play that wing position. And I think he just got lulled to sleep a little bit there because, he if you look at the I think it was just 3 rushes before that, and then he let him beat him inside. He thought he was just going to get a hold up and you don't get beat inside on punt pro. We know that. So I think it's I'm chalking that up to a good learning experience for him.
Good learning experience for Rico Dowdle. I guess he missed a block. Is that what he was talking about? Look, he is, to me, he's had the best camp of all of these guys. I know everybody wants to talk about the flash, about Deuce Vaughn and all this stuff. Rico Dowdle deserves to be running back too. At this point in time, if the Cowboys don't add anybody else, I still believe, and Dak Prescott saying he's not a gadget guy, what else is he going to say? And just the fact that he says he's not a gadget guy means that he's heard from a variety of people saying, guess what? Deuce Vaughn is a gadget guy.
Well, he heard you on the tennis courts in Oxnard.
He sure did.
And everybody wants to defend the guy.
Yeah, Deuce heard that. But, yeah, look, if one thing that I do appreciate about Dak Prescott is he knows the right things to say in pretty much every situation. And that was the perfect thing. So, of course, he's not a gadget. He can run between the tackles. Of course he can. And then when he goes to the practice squad, after all, then he's like, the guy's he's got potential. Maybe he'll be back next year.
What are you, Russell Wilson, all of a sudden, just pulling out every damn cliche in the book?
Dak Prescott, at least Dak says it with
conviction.
Not as crappy as Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's about as fake as that plastic bottle right there. Dak Prescott at least has some passion to it.
So now you want passionate cliches.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Damn, you're hard to please
if you're
sometimes.
Have a cliche, at least make it passionate.
There you go. I like my cliches passionate.
Exactly. Come on. Jeez. Look, Deuce Vaughn is Deuce Vaughn. All right, he's a flashy 5'2", 115-pound guy that I just hope doesn't get smashed.
Yep. Okay.
How tall is he? 5'5"?
5, yeah.
Let's see. He is according to the official or unofficial, whatever it is, he's 5'6", 176 pounds.
All right. Well, that's with cleats and Tyron Smith's pads on.
It must be.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. And Price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ansira I-Tornado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Hebner.
The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Big congratulations to my friends at Parkhurst New Vision, voted best LASIK in San Antonio. That's about the no-brainer of all no-brainers. Let me tell you something. I had lens replacement surgery. It's been about 6 weeks or so now, and it has completely changed my life. I never dreamed that I'd be able to see as well as I can see right now with no readers, no glasses, no nothing. I just read. It's fantastic. It has completely changed my life. They offer a variety of services at Parkhurst New Vision, like the lens replacement surgery I had. They do LASIK. Obviously, they're the best at it. And they do cataract surgery, all of which are going to change the way you see the world. Give my friends at Parkhurst New Vision a call, 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. Look, you got nothing to lose. Go check them out. Let them check you out. Make sure you're a candidate and talk to them. They'll give you all the answers that you're looking for. Again, it's Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020.
This Labor Day at the Home Depot, we're rolling out store-wide savings, like a new lower price of $99 on the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2-tool kit, because we see long weekends as an opportunity to power up your projects. With the One Plus battery system that works on over 280 products and counting. All driving you to do more this Labor Day at the Home Depot. Get the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2-tool kit for a new low price of $99. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get yourself a Connecticut water system. I'm a huge fan of Connecticut water softeners. These things are quiet, efficient, reliable, and non-electric. But the best part is you'll save money when you own a Connecticut water softener. And I know, living in the hill country, you folks have some serious hard water that can cost you major money in cleaning supplies and wear and tear on your appliances. Plus, Connecticut water softeners are guaranteed to remove more impurities and perform with lower lifetime costs than any other softener on the market. Connecticut is a great choice for folks that are fed up with their old, junky water softeners. So for the best water softener in the business and to save money, call Connecticut today.
This is Chris Knipper with Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try the Connecticut water softener for 90 days, absolutely free. Connecticut is simply the best water softener you can buy, and that's why we say it's the last water softener you'll ever own.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are one of the boldest, protein-packed, and low-carb snacks out there. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, you'll want to stock up on Southern Recipe small batch at your local H-E-B. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Find your flavor at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Friday on R&R in the morning. That means it's RJ Ochoa showtime at 7:30. I get to argue with him back and forth We get you ready for Cowboys versus Raiders. Will there be anybody worth mentioning that is going to be playing in that game? And then our NFL gumbo to get you ready for the weekend plus college football. Now, back to the Blitz. Joe, get these magnifying glass readers, laser tech. Get them out of here. They're bulletproof glass lenses. Get them out.
They were, Rudy J, but not anymore. I don't need them, buddy.
Well, but they're still there. The problem is you gave
Where
them to
are they?
Rob. Well, you gave them to Rob, and Rob can't wear them because, my goodness, even Rob was like, my God, how blind was that guy?
I was. That's the beauty of it now, man. I tell you what, it's freedom.
Well, what I want to know is, as clearly as you can see now, why are you so blind to the potential that could be Deuce Vaughn? You just don't even want to give him any kind of opportunity, even though you see everything clearly now. You're still muddy visioned when it comes to the greatness of Deuce Vaughn.
The greatness of Deuce Vaughn.
Greatness.
The greatness.
Well,
historically good, I'm sure.
Nobody said that. Let's not get ridiculous. But the guy was a solid running back at Kansas State.
Sure.
And yeah, he's 5 foot nothing, right? Now,
are you the same size?
No, I sky over that.
You
dude.
sky over. And then you woke up, huh?
No, seriously. I mean, there's not very many NFL players that I'm taller than.
No.
There was one in Houston. I forget his name. He was a little return guy. What was his name?
Trendon Holiday.
Yeah, that dude. I took a picture with him. I was trying to get a picture with Deuce when we were in Oxnard, and Joe Trahan, the Cowboys PR guy, was trying to set it up, and Deuce was coming over to the tent, and then you were just bitching about him just being a gadget guy, and he turned around and left. And Trahan tells me, well, I can't say exactly what he says, but Joe Costa, your picture.
Look, I mean, there's no shame in being a gadget guy. There's no shame. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm insulting the guy. It's no shame in it. You come in, you change a pace guy, whatever you want to say. If you don't like the word gadget, that's fine. Change a pace, explosion, get him out in the open. That's all I'm saying.
Longtime listeners of this radio station will remember a time during the middle of the day when David Chancellor from News 4 was on with Ari Temkin.
I like Chance.
A great show called The Hard Line. And they were out there at Oxnard Cowboys training camp. And they were talking to the great Orlando Scandrick.
Oh, wow.
And Orlando Scandrick, who is a nickel corner, right?
Yep.
Ari brought that up, and Orlando, I thought, was going to hurt Mr. Temkin. He was very offended. I'm a corner. I'm not a nickel corner. I'm a corner.
Oh.
Right? So I would imagine if you're little Deuce Vaughn, that just being a gadget guy, I'm a running back. I don't want to be known as the gadget guy.
Well, obviously for Dak Prescott to bring it up, I'm not the only one saying it.
Well, I'm sure he was asked about him. I mean, he's proven to be a guy in training camp and through 2 preseason games that is getting the workload of any kind of running back out there. Let's go to the phones at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Ken, try to talk some sense into Ryan Eagle.
Look, you can't talk sense into a hater. That's just all it is. I mean, but look, he's only a hand's width shorter than Robert Newhouse. Now, Robert Newhouse is a bowling ball, a human bowling ball. But Deuce has got skills similar, in a way, to Robert Newhouse. And he's only a hand's width shorter. So it's not like he's a midget.
I mean, I don't even know, Ken, if you can compare Deuce to Robert Newhouse.
No.
That guy had one of the biggest set of thighs on planet Earth.
That guy was a monster.
He was short, stocky. You want to hear a great Robert Newhouse story?
Yeah, sure.
Robert Newhouse, when I was working at the New Braunfels radio station, we used to do these golf tournaments every year with Lance Berkman. And a lot of former Cowboys would come down and play. And House shows up one year and he's got a broken wrist, but he's still playing golf. It's like, how'd you break your wrist? And he said he was reaching into the water to get his golf ball and fell. And then that day at the Bandit, he's all wet coming back to the clubhouse. Dude, what happened to you? I was reaching into the water to get my golf ball and I fell in.
Dude,
At what point do you just let the ball stay there and get another one?
Well, you do that. I mean, I do that. My wife is just the opposite, though. She'll have to find that golf ball
in the water.
She's got a little retriever in her bag.
I've got the water retriever thing, but I mean,
she's got to find that golf ball, man. Her biggest thing, she's a good player. Don't get me wrong, she is. But her biggest thing coming off the golf course, I didn't lose one golf ball. And then she looks at me and says, I lost a dozen. So
wait a minute. Maggie can play an entire round with one ball.
She can. Dude, she's pretty good.
Well, I know she's good. Although I've never actually seen her play, but I know she's good. She plays far too much golf to be bad at it, right?
Well, I don't know. I look at myself in the mirror and say the same thing. It's like, what? How are you not getting any better, Joe?
Shut up. I mean, you shoot low 80s. But you don't look for a ball.
I don't personally, especially when it goes in the weeds in hot summertime, because there's a snake nest in there somewhere. It's like
go find the snake.
I'm not finding that snake.
Go find the snake.
Not at all.
I'm happy if I can play 3 holes without losing a ball.
Well, I'm not saying she didn't. It's not because if she hit it in the water, she's going to find it. And if she doesn't find that one, she's going to find 3 others.
Okay, so if let's say she had 5 balls to start with, she's going to end with 7 because she's collecting.
Probably so.
So it might not be the same ball for all 18 holes.
Well, that's her. If she does that, though, that's a successful day. It doesn't really matter what she shot.
That's a successful day for anybody.
But I didn't lose a ball today.
I mean, I shot 118, but I got the same ball.
Exactly.
Cut it all the way through 18 holes. Seriously?
Oh, my gosh. Back to Deuce very quickly. It's no insult. I could think of a million ways to use that guy. It's just not going to be running back 2. That's all. He's not running back 2. There's no way.
His name is literally Deuce.
Well, that could stand for something else too, right? That could stand for a lot of things. It's not running back 2. It's not. So I know Cowboy Nation is all excited about
3. Do you think he makes the team over Malik Davis?
No. Well, I think they're going to keep 4. That would include Deuce.
So if you keep 4 running backs, what wide receiver misses out? Now, you do have the injury to the rookie tight end. So there might be one less tight end to keep.
Could be. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Fajoko, maybe? Does he go away?
Well, I mean,
because I think
the Jalen's have played well enough where Simi could go away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And the rookie Jalen, I think could be the guy that they want to keep instead of Fajoko.
So we're getting some further information on the Sam Williams arrest. For the record, he had a vape pen with a synthetic narcotic and marijuana on his possession, a Glock handgun with 14 9mm rounds, no front license plate, and on the registration sticker while going 71 in a 45, according to the police report.
So Jerry was wrong.
Well, I mean, Jerry said he had all the information. Didn't he say that he had all the information? Let's hear from Jerry Jones, who had all the information, which isn't quite the same as what's in the police report.
I don't anticipate this impacting his time. I do have all the details, and
all of them,
if it's in a public record, but I do have all of the details, and there's some lessons to be learned there for everybody. Really, he hit the wrong combination of things, and we know that some of that wouldn't have been the measure it was or notice it was, but he had another part of it, and we know you had those two together. Well, my attorney had to find that out. What was he going, 66? Was he going 66 miles an hour?
Last year?
No, this year. So he's 34 miles an hour less than this year than he was last year. 98 to 66. So that's improvement.
Well, saying 71. It's still 71. Improvement, 98 to 71.
So Jerry got the story that Sam told him.
Well,
that's how he got his info.
He got it from the lawyer. By the way, Shout out to David Chancellor from News 4 listening right now, who just texted, Skandrick wanted to pummel Ari is the text
nice,
that we're getting right now from the great David Chancellor. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Your home for the Cowboys.
Prescott all the way, runs it in for the touchdown.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Cleveland Browns cut a couple of San Antonio guys. Reagan and Texas A&M star Kellen Mond was cut, along with UTSA star Charles Wiley. Los Angeles Angels Shohei Ohtani suffered a UCL tear last night. Could require Tommy John surgery. Texas Rangers take on the Minnesota Twins tonight. You can hear that game on your home for Rangers baseball. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It all begins at 5:30.
Sports Center is brought to you by BraintreeNutrition.com. Better sleep, more focus. BraintreeNutrition.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Thursday afternoon.
It is good to be along and have you along and all of that kind of stuff. And thanks for listening.
What's got you all giddy over there?
I'm just, it's
Somebody
Thursday.
texted you something, right?
No, I told you it's Thursday, man. I like Thursdays. Something about Thursday, it's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
That anticipation of Friday and the weekend.
Dude, I'm ready for, this weekend, high school football kicks off. Right?
Yep.
And I know tomorrow night to kick off our game of the week here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, energized by Hill Electric and Frost Bank. You got Steele against Brennan.
Yeah.
Right? You're
doesn't get any better than that.
Dude, that's 1 versus 2 in the city. 13 versus 16 in the state top 20, according to Dave Campbell's rankings. And there's so many good games to kick off the season. It was hard to figure out what game are we going to do. Now, all right, 1 versus 2, but you got Reagan and Smithson Valley playing tomorrow night. I would imagine Don and Chuck over on My 35, they've got their first game tonight. So when you get home, you can watch live high school football.
If you like to do that, you can.
There's 2 preseason games tonight. You got college football this weekend, and so it's like we've made it. Right?
So Navy's playing Notre Dame. Is that what
yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. Go Navy.
You're going to be watching that?
I will be.
Dude, I would be. I'm a huge fan of Navy because I don't like the Domers. Not a big fan of the
Add
Domers.
Notre Dame to the list of things Joe Reinagel hates.
Not a big fan of the Domers. I don't know why. They're just, they're one of those teams that you just, they're like nails on a chalkboard.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Notre Dame.
Sands through an hourglass.
I'm happy football's here, though. I'm very happy about that.
Yep, Saturday afternoon, Navy against Notre Dame. That game's over in Ireland.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I think
1:30 on NBC. There's a handful of games on Saturday. That's the biggest one. You also have USC taking on San Jose State. Although you won't be able to watch it because it's on the Pac-12 network. Never mind. USC is setting up. They might have the easiest schedule in college football. Like when you start thinking about the playoff this year,
right?
USC, and they're ranked number 6 right now, very well might have the easiest run when you look at their overall schedule. It is ridiculous how easy that schedule is. And they have the early favorite to Heisman candidate in Caleb Williams, the future Arizona Cardinal.
Well, that's why the Cardinals are having a fire sale right now.
And again, Caleb Williams making a little bit of news today. One, he's at USC.
Yeah.
2, he's a quarterback and he's a Heisman favorite. So his NIL bank account is probably ridiculous.
I'm sure it is.
Right? I don't know what Dr. Pepper paid him to be in the the new Fansville
Yeah,
commercial, but
yeah.
but he's in that, and all the other NIL deals that he has. Well, with the EA game coming out, well, with real college players, which we haven't. I'm not a big video game guy. So if you're a gamer, you're going to know more about this than I am, and you know that's just kind of how it goes. But it's been what, since 2013, 2014, since college football has had a game with players in it, real players. So they're going to have players in it this year. Well, Caleb doesn't. It's only $500. That's not enough for Caleb Williams.
So that's what they're paying.
Yeah, everybody's going to get $500 to appear in the game.
Yeah.
You kind of go back to Ed O'Bannon and all the stuff about, you know, they got no money back in the day for their likeness in the video game and all of that went to court. So EA apparently has said, all right, everybody's getting $500. Caleb's not down with only $500.
No, of course not. Why should he be?
Some people would love to just get $500.
I'd like somebody to hand me $500.
Right.
That'd be nice.
I mean, if everybody is getting the same, do you take the $500?
Well, apparently not. You're Caleb Williams. You want more. And it wouldn't surprise me if they slip him something.
Like what?
Like more money.
Thought you were going to roof him at the bar, so we'll sign the contract.
Well, I mean,
put something in your drink. Here, sign here and take the 500. Don't screw it up for the rest of us.
Well, you know, look, Caleb doesn't need the money. He should take it though, just to make everybody else feel better.
Well, I mean, you could look at it that way. His quote is kind of interesting. Now, for the NCAA game that EA's got coming out, they have not announced that it's $500 payments, right? But Caleb in a quote said that, you know, business and brands, things like that, you have to adjust to the new brand of college. I'd love to have the game back, but it's the new day and age, and everybody knows what the new day and age in college football is. It's like if you go to school and you're a straight A student, and there's another kid whose strong suit isn't school and he gets B's or B minuses, how fair would it be if you get the same grade as him? That doesn't work in school. It doesn't make sense. That's how I look at that game with this situation with the $500.
Wow. Okay. So he's better than everybody else.
Yes.
So he ought to get more money.
I'm an A guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a B guy. You can't pay me like the B guy.
Wow.
Let alone the C guy. All right. And don't even let us get to the guys that are barely eligible. Right.
Those are the guys that need the $500.
Well, I mean, has he earned more?
Well, I don't know that has USC really been relevant? I mean, he's going to make them relevant. People are going to watch because of him. Then I'm just reading an article here about Caleb Williams on CBS, and he has not said, see, he's already playing this game, and maybe he doesn't want to go to Arizona. He's already playing this game. That I don't know if I'm going to leave LA after this season.
Well, he might make more money in college.
Well, he may.
You know,
That's very
especially if
possible.
EA gives him more money.
But I mean,
and people are going to play the game whether he's there or not, right?
Yes, of course. But I could see this guy playing that game. I don't want to go to Arizona. They didn't win a game. They got nobody. It's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean, they still have a Kyler Murray.
Oh, please.
They could always fall back on a Kyler Murray.
Dude.
But you look at the USC schedule. They start off this Saturday night against San Jose State. Then they've got Nevada, Stanford, Arizona State, Notre Dame, Utah, Cal, Washington, Oregon, UCLA.
Wow.
They've got the opportunity to go undefeated, win the Pac-12, and get into the playoff.
Yeah, but they won't. They
Well,
won't go undefeated.
I mean, that team is stacked. And look, Lincoln Riley can't make a brisket, but he knows how to coach football. Cliff Kingsbury is on that staff.
Yeah.
And you just look at the schedule. Notre Dame could be a tough game. Could be. And it's at Notre Dame, middle of October, so the weather shouldn't be a factor there. You look at the rest of the Pac-12, I don't know if Oregon's going to be any good. Washington is going to be good, but that game is at USC. And I imagine they're going to be favored, especially if Caleb Williams is playing the way you expect him to play. They get Colorado in September. So,
that's Coach Prime.
Well, but is Coach Prime going to have them prime time ready at that point?
I don't know.
Arizona State's been a bleep show. So I mean, you look at USC, and you've got a team there that could potentially run the table and end up in the playoffs.
They could.
Once they get into playoffs, who knows what's going to happen, but it's not like they have an overly tough schedule. There's a couple of teams out there that you can look at in college football and say, man, they've got a chance to make a good run. And a big part of that is their schedule. Expectations at USC this year are extremely high because of their roster. And then you look at their schedule and here we go.
Aren't they? They're ranked in the top 10, aren't they?
I think they're 5 or 6 right now. Are they 5 or 6? They're number 6 on ESPN where I'm looking at their schedule.
Well, I'm looking here really quickly. The Associated Press has them at, as this comes out. No, they've got them they've got them at 6.
I literally just said 6.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Not surprised. And and again, I look at, and they've got Notre Dame at 13.
Notre Dame at 13. The Navy will take care of that this weekend, won't they?
Sure. It's an interesting time at the Naval Academy.
It is.
Well, we've got a new coach for the first time in a long time.
Wow. Okay.
Not that we're changing the offense or the defense or anything else, but there is a new head coach at Navy. It will be interesting to see, and it always comes down to, Navy's going to run the ball. How well do they play defense against Notre Dame, and can they complete 6 passes? If they can do that and get some yardage through the air, then they might have an opportunity to win this game. But, but let's not be.
They actually threw the ball more when we saw them in Philly than I thought. And I think, they throw 10?
Well, yeah, but there was, 1 pass in the first half.
Exactly. Yeah, the best part about that game was the overtimes. That was what was exciting.
That overtime, that poor kid that was crying.
Oh, my gosh.
This kid that came up short at the goal line.
For Army.
It was Navy.
It was Navy? It was Army, I thought.
He was.
Did Army win that game?
I'm glad you were there.
I was there. I don't remember who won.
I'm glad.
Is that something you're supposed to remember?
The result?
Yes.
The whole reason you go? You were there for the beer and the Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was Philly last year, right?
It was Philly, yeah.
Boston this year.
So you don't remember what city it was in.
Dude.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a joke.
Uh-huh, sure it was.
Boston this year.
Yeah, Boston. That's too bad. I thought they were going to play at, where does the Green Monster? Fenway?
Fenway.
Yeah.
The game's too big for Fenway.
It's too big.
Seriously.
Okay.
There'll be 80,000 people at that game. You can't put that in Fenway.
I'd like to see it in Fenway.
You just don't want to be on a bus for an hour without a bathroom trying to get to the stadium.
I bet they'll have a bathroom in there. They'll take care of old Joe.
Should the Cowboys make a run at Jonathan Taylor? The Eagles are.
Wow.
We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I got to tell you about something that I got into, I don't know, about 2 months ago, something like that. It's Toro Cosmeceuticals. I tell you what, I love this stuff. It's a new routine in the morning. After you shave, get out of the shower and put your Cosmeceuticals on from ToroSkincare.com. It really is something else. Man, when I'm sunburned, getting off the golf course, whatever, this stuff feels so good. What it is, it's a luxury skincare product line. It's just for men. And here's the best part. It is affordable. Got everything you need. Face wash, moisturizer, toner, eye cream, shaving beard oil. And I tell you what, shaving with the shave oil, it's pretty incredible. Not only does it feel good going on, it can actually repair your skin. You're going to look healthier, and you might even look a little bit younger. Toro is simply a game changer. It is an experience, and it's all for men. It's working for me, and I know you're going to like it as well. And to get you started, well, Toro is offering you 20% off. All you have to do is go to ToroSkincare.com, enter the code Joe. That's ToroSkincare.com, enter the code Joe. Fellas, Treat yourself. You deserve it.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, we get this question quite a bit. Here's what you have to do. Contact Morgan Harrison via email. It's morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she's going to have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, and even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connecting.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Record-breaking country music superstar Luke Combs, live in San Antonio. Luke Combs, Growing Up and Getting Old Tour. Playing 2 nights at Alamo Dome. Friday, May 10th, with special guests Cody Jinks, Charles Wesley Godwin, Haley Witters, and the Wilder Blue. And Saturday, May 11th, with special guests Jordan Davis, Mitchell Tenpenny, Drew Parker, and Colby Acuff. Luke Combs, playing 2 nights at Alamo Dome. Friday, May 10th and Saturday, May 11th, with a unique lineup each night. Get tickets now, and for full show info, visit lukecombs.com. Presented by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the 9th caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. 9th caller wins.
And I thought we were going to come back with some Buck Cherry since it's Hot Ticket Thursday. We've got tickets to see Skid Row and Buck Cherry. Could have gone with some Skid Row too.
Now, Skid Row would have been good. I know a few of their songs, I think. I couldn't tell you the name of it. But Buck Cherry, I don't
You've heard that song, Crazy Bitch?
No, I lived it.
Wow.
Did I say that? Sometimes the thoughts just come out.
Call or nine.
You never know who's listening, right?
656-3776. You never know.
Woo!
Although you've got multiple to choose from, so you can say I wasn't talking about you if you hear from one.
Yeah, no.
Hear from the other, tell her the same thing.
Yeah.
Pledge, can we hear a little Crazy Bitch from Buck Cherry? Pledge just waved me off. You like a pitcher. No, dude, I'm trying to get a winner.
Trying to get a winner. That's funny. Woo!
You all right?
I'm good. Yes. Oh, sometimes those thoughts that aren't supposed to come out just come out all by themselves.
I'm not going to say the name, but look who just texted me. Can you read that? That was funny.
Oh,
that
my
was
goodness.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good Lord. Apparently,
Whoa.
we're not going to hear any Buck Cherry.
Man.
I guess not. All right.
Pledge is busy. He's getting a winner.
At 5:20, we've got tickets to go see Luke Combs.
Yeah. Now, those are the other ones are good too. But I mean, Luke Combs, dude, that's going to be a hell of a show.
Can you name a Luke Combs song?
No, I can't because I don't know the names of them. I'm really bad with names of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear guys like Chuck Mickatinick can rattle off all kinds of names.
Well,
But there's some people that can do that, and I'm not one of them.
But you know Skid Row at least.
Yes.
Like you remember listening to them.
I do. Yes.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean, that's a very unique name, right?
Skid Row?
Skid Row.
Sure.
Well, yeah. Not very imaginative, though.
Wow.
I mean, come on. Skid Row. Not like, what's the other one?
Buck Cherry?
Buck Cherry.
Why are you looking at the list?
I was looking over here trying to see.
I mean, Skid Row's got a song called I Remember You.
Yeah,
I mean, but you can't remember their damn name.
I
or
remember
the name of their songs.
I remember Skid Row.
18 in Life. Right? You remember that one?
That
There.
one, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
See, you're one of those guys too that can rattle off stuff like that. I just never. I mean, you know, there's some country songs. I'm a big country guy. There's some that I don't remember. It's just how it is.
If it's not George Strait, you don't know it.
Well, there are others.
Are there?
I'm a big Keith Whitley fan. You don't know who Keith Whitley is. May have been one of the best singers ever.
Really?
Oh yeah, and he
I thought
killed
he played
himself.
for the Timberwolves. No?
Killed himself.
Oh.
Drank
Oh.
himself to
Well,
death.
that's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing us all
He
down.
was married to Lori Morgan.
I remember Lori Morgan.
There you go.
What song did she have?
She was pretty attractive back in the day. I don't know what Lori Morgan had.
Lori Morgan had a song I remember.
What
I just
was
can't
it?
remember.
Yeah, exactly. You see? That's how it works, Minix.
What?
Sometimes you don't remember the name of the song, but it doesn't mean you don't know the song.
You'll never forget Buck Cherry after this.
Buck Cherry. Well, I probably will.
Not really.
About 5 minutes from now. Oh, and that particular song, yes. But see, that's easy, and it sounds like to me Buck Cherry has the experience.
You know, I think there's a lot of people listening right now that are 100% on board with what you just said.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, because there's
Yeah.
several out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh,
So, Jonathan Taylor, speaking of divorce, would like to divorce the Indianapolis Colts.
Don't blame him. Speaking of crazy.
And he probably sings that song to Jim Irsay.
Yes, because he's crazy.
Now, Jim Irsay and the Colts have given Jonathan Taylor permission to seek a trade. According to Pro Football Talk, only 6 teams, 6, have called to inquire about Jonathan Taylor. That surprises me.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure why it does, but to me, it surprised me because it's more than I thought. I thought there might be one or two, maybe three teams in the mix for a guy like that. And look, I know he's a special player. I get it, but I was surprised the other way. You're surprised that it's not more. I'm surprised that it's that many.
Every general manager will tell you roster building is 24/7, 365.
Uh-huh.
We're always looking to get better.
But not for running backs.
Well, but Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the NFL.
He is.
If he's available, are you doing your job if you don't at least inquire about what it would actually take to get?
Well, maybe you inquire, but how serious are you?
Well, I mean, you at least make the phone call.
Well, maybe.
Right?
Not if you're not serious. And the thing stopping that is the contract.
Well, but again, though, how many teams are just flat out set at running back?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I
Right?
mean, you got to figure the Jets are now, right? And so is
So I mean, but for only 6, there's 31 teams that Jonathan Taylor could go to.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
And only 6 have called, right? And only 2 apparently serious. And that's the Dolphins, who missed out on Dalvin Cook, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Does that scare you, Jason? It does. I can see the fear in your eyes.
Can you,
thinking
Joe?
about Jonathan
Can
Taylor
you?
in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform?
Well, I just don't think he would look good in Kelly Green.
Well,
but I look at, yeah, I mean,
yeah, it scares
when
you.
when I think about the Dallas Cowboys and everybody talking about go all in, go all in. You've got a team that could go win a Super Bowl. Running back depth is one of the biggest issues I see on this team. If something happens to Tony Pollard, is Rico Dowdle capable of being RB1? Is Deuce Vaughn capable of being RB1?
No.
Is Malik Davis capable of being RB1?
Look,
and the answer is no.
But they're not going to. Again, if the Cowboys were to go after Jonathan Taylor, they're going to have to go all in. You're not going to rent this guy, especially if Indianapolis is serious and they want a number 1 pick. You're going to give up a pick just to have one year?
Well, I mean, the other day I said I don't want the Cowboys to go after Jonathan Taylor. And to a degree, I still believe that. But now, if I go get him, that means he's not in Philadelphia. So I'm playing a little bit of defense. I said when Tony Pollard signed the tag, I think he's here for one more year and then gone. The Cowboys are going to have to go look for another running back. And I believe that until Stephen Jones said that they actually offered Tony Pollard a long-term deal and he turned it down.
Right.
Well, maybe they will try to sweeten the pot a little bit if he has a great year, but I could see Tony Pollard doing exactly what Dalton Schultz did. Played 1 year on the tag, he bet on himself, and now that dude's down in Houston.
Well,
and not that Pollard will end up in Houston, but it's not going to be in Dallas.
Look, I think a lot depends on this year. Look, Tony Pollard goes out and shows everybody, which I believe that he will, that he is a number 1 running back, that he can carry that load. I think Tony's going to have a great year. And I think in that case, it's going to be very difficult for the Joneses to say adios. They're going to restructure or they'd reduce something to keep this guy around. I mean, what else are you going to do? And they're certainly, if they're not going to keep Tony Pollard, they're not going to bring in Jonathan Taylor and give him a long-term deal.
Well, I mean, they might. It depends on what that deal is. If you're the Cowboys, don't you at least go explore that opportunity to see what contract Jonathan Taylor is seeking and the pick compensation that the Colts are looking for? And if it makes any bit of sense, you move forward, but at least go kick those damn tires.
Well, maybe they're kicking the tires, but you know how Tony Pollard chose $10 million over a long-term deal.
He did. He's
so
betting
that
on
tells
himself.
me that the Cowboys didn't offer him very much money. And he thought $10 million in hand now versus, I don't know, what, 12, 15 million over 3 years. It was just not enough.
And by all accounts, Jonathan Taylor wants a salary that has double digits.
He does.
And with only 6 calling, maybe realization is going to set in that, all right, I'm not getting that, because that also tells you where the running back market actually is right now in the NFL. That 1, we're not paying you, and 2, I'm not giving up a whole lot of draft capital for you.
Look, I could see the Eagles making this deal because, look, they need a running back.
Well, they got DeAndre Swift.
Well, okay, so what?
Well, if you had
You
a
put
Jonathan Taylor, you got a Taylor Swift backfield, and nobody needs that.
Absolutely.
No, shake it off.
That'd be a Swiftie. Now, I think it'd be perfect for them, but they've got to invest for the long term. Whoever gets this guy is not renting him. They're not going to do that. They're going to make it a long-term deal. By long-term, I say, 3-4 years. Long-term, he's going to be whoever, if anybody trades for him, and that's a big if. If anybody does, then you've got to be in for the long haul with this guy. Look, he's only 24 years old. I mean, he's got a lot of tread.
A lot of tread.
On the tire.
How old is Zeke?
26.
All right, so that's 2 years.
Well, there you go.
How much tread is 2 years?
But Zeke had too much money in his pocket. Maybe that happens to Taylor as well.
Josh Jimenez on our YouTube says he needs a Taylor Swift backfield.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Good Lord, the fantasy team names be all over the place.
I know it's going to be trouble.
It's a song.
Yeah, I know.
You knew.
I knew.
Like you knew.
Of course. I'm a Swiftie.
That's a drop. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Bo, we see you there. I know you'll take a while, so we're going to take a break. Come back. Let you gather your thoughts. You're on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Just ask Sam Williams. If you get yourself arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At the UPS store, you can ship it all. We're your bulky sports equipment shipping store, your heavy luggage shipping store, your fancy art shipping store. We're even your I can't believe it's already time for back to school shipping store. So visit your neighborhood We Ship It All store for dependable UPS shipping with easy to use tracking and competitive rates. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Rizumkizum of Rizep, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It's interesting when you look at the idea of Jonathan Taylor and the Dallas Cowboys. And look, for the Cowboys to get a little aggressive to shore up the position, I at least think you need to kick the tires. On Twitter, dude tweets in Randall1 at Joe Reinagel 2-0 at Jason Minix. Team shouldn't wait to trade for Taylor because if your RB1 gets hurt, then the price cost value skyrockets. And that's true too, but that kind of comes with the territory.
Well, running back, it would be, if the Cowboys could land Jonathan Taylor, it'd be great. It ain't going to happen. But what they need to do, Arizona apparently is trading everybody for nothing.
Well,
the Texans get an offensive lineman today.
Yeah.
Why? That's what I'd rather the Cowboys be kicking tires on.
Well, they can be in on those phone calls as well. I'm just looking at, in to add a little spice to the Philadelphia rumors. The Colts play Philadelphia in Philadelphia tonight in a preseason game.
Exactly right.
And Jonathan Taylor's on the trip.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be hard for him to sneak around Lincoln Financial Field and
maybe
have a little meeting.
A deal will be consummated tonight.
Have a doctor give him a physical, something along those lines. It's possible.
Why would Jonathan Taylor be there otherwise?
He's with his team.
Yeah, whatever.
Dude.
Yeah, he is with his team, the Eagles.
Well, mean,
I get why that scares you.
It's not like you took an extra suitcase.
I get that why. Who cares? The Eagles will bring it for him. They'll send the moving truck to Indy.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The great Bolahue, the general manager over at the Golf Club of Texas, thinks he's a fantasy football god. What's up, Bo?
I don't think on that. That's fact. Dude, Jason, you kill me. Listening to you and Joe, this was basically a main call to shout out to Joe, because like Joe does, I think, everyone that's not like a huge Cowboy homer in this city a huge service by keeping you in line, Jason, because like
you probably enjoyed Swamp Kings, didn't you? I mean, let's get a level of where you are on the sports
I actually haven't
world.
seen that yet.
Don't watch it.
Save your time.
It will embarrass
Florida
you.
Gator Urban Meyer propaganda film.
I lived it. I was there in that time, so I know. I did want to call just say Jonathan Taylor is a stud, and I do think he would be nasty with the Dolphins with Mike McDaniel and seeing what he could do there. But yeah, if Philly is talking about getting him with their overloaded backfield, the Cowboys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I mean, I've kind of warmed up to him a bit. Like, they should go for him because Tony Pollard can't make it through this whole season.
Oh my goodness.
So wait a minute, Bo. You start off by saying Joe brings sense to this, yet you're completely agreeing with me on kicking the tires.
I know. How
right?
did that? Because of how you started that before you brought me on, what you said, it made sense. I'll give props to where props are due. And I can't believe I'm actually agreeing. If is the Cowboys, are they going all in on this season? Yes or no? Like, that's the question you first got to ask. If they are, right, before all these contracts are coming up, we take a shot at the guy. Go all in. Their offense would be nasty with him. God, I can't believe I said that.
I know, Bo.
I mean,
starting
Bo,
this phone call so great too. I mean, it was
somehow
awesome.
you ended on a high, and I can't call you an idiot on the way out. I mean, I know you've already engraved your Fantasy Football League of One championship trophy for this year.
Don't worry, Pledge is in it on this Sunday. It's on, dude. Like, Pledge and I are gonna have a field day with the rest of this league.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so
love you guys.
Appreciate you, Bo.
You can draft Jonathan Taylor, who will be with the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe Rashad Penny will be available after the Eagles sign Taylor, and then he can come to Dallas. That'd be a good one. That'd be great.
It will be interesting to see who becomes available on cutdown day, because there will be some veterans that will become available. It will be interesting to see if the Cowboys actually keep 4 running backs.
Yeah.
That is something that Mike McCarthy did say today is a possibility. We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You've heard me talk about BraintreeNutrition.com, the product lines that have been developed by Andrew Sunday, who played 12 years in the NFL, and some of his former buddies from Rice and some doctors. They created several different product lines for your overall brain health, and the company is called Braintree Nutrition. The website, BraintreeNutrition.com. I trade their sleep aid Restore because, well, I've known Andrew since his playing days at Smithson Valley, and I have trouble sleeping. I've tried a gazillion different sleep aids that either don't work or you wake up feeling like crap. Not the case with their sleep aid. I sleep great, sleep through the night. I wake up feeling great. At BrainTreeNutrition.com, their latest product line is called Brain Water. It's not your average electrolyte stick pack. 0 sugar, 0 caffeine hydration formula is designed to keep you hydrated while also boosting your brain function. Not only will Brain Water keep you hydrated, it can enhance your focus, elevate your mood, even help you recover from a hangover, and it tastes great. Brain Water stands out as a smart choice for sustained focus and energy because caffeine formulation means no energy crash like you would get with a sugar energy drink or a caffeinated beverage. So make Brain Water your go-to hydration choice. Experience the synergy of smart hydration for your brain and body. Learn more and order online at BrainTreeNutrition.com. That's BrainTreeNutrition.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it the left side of the end zone.
and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Before you fire up that grill, get into Tri-County Meat Market because a great meal always starts with great meat. Tri-County Meat Market is locally owned and they're full service, believe me, and they've got everything you need to up your grilling game. And now they're featuring MTX beef. Beef raised, fed, and harvested right here in beautiful Central South Texas in our beautiful Texas Hill Country. Tri-County has what you need with quality you expect. And you can always take advantage of the 5 for $25. Head over to Tri-County today, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
This Labor Day at the Home Depot, we're rolling out store-wide savings, like a new lower price of $99 on the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2-tool kit, because we see long weekends as an opportunity to power up your projects. With the One Plus battery system that works on over 280 products and counting. All driving you to do more this Labor Day at the Home Depot. Get the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2-tool kit for a new low price of $99. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
It's patio season, so get over to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Rue Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around it. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Rue Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
I'm a Swiftie.
Can you come back with Taylor Swift when I've asked for Skid Row and Buck Cherry throughout the day?
I'm a Swiftie.
So you're a Swiftie?
I am. Sure.
And then our morning show guy loves Justin Bieber.
Well, there you go.
I love Justin Bieber.
I'm a Swiftie. There you go. Everybody's got to be something.
Luke Combs tickets coming up at 5:20 on this Hot Ticket Thursday.
Wow.
It's the Blitz. I'm Jason Minix. He's the Swifty Joe Reinagel, who's a big fan of Buck Cherry.
Absolutely.
You could change in your contacts to have that song ring if she ever calls.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'd never hear it. Oh my gosh.
Man, Pledge has already turned that into a promo.
Well, good.
Can
Good for
you
Pledge.
play that promo? Not often we request a promo and I get put on hold.
Well, how about that? Pledge turning around promos like that quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
We've got tickets to see Skid Row and Buck Cherry.
Now, Skid Row would have been good. I know a few of their songs, I think. But Buck Cherry, I don't
You heard
recall.
that song, Crazy Bitch?
I lived it.
Wow.
Did I say that?
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well done, James Pledger.
Yes, that was very quick. Pledge is quick.
So we've heard.
Yes.
Suki. John McClain will join us coming up at 5 o'clock. I imagine our Houston Texans segment's going to turn into what the hell is going on with the Astros.
Yeah.
Are they turning into the Disastros? Because today they lose to Boston 17-1.
My goodness.
Good Lord.
But Texas is not pulling away, that's for sure. And they play Minnesota tonight right here on San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 5:30.
Seattle did lose last night, so that helps.
That helps. Boy, I tell you.
AL West talk with John McClain, I'm sure, instead of talking Texans. Just for James Pledger.
Not even one Texans question. They got a new offensive lineman today.
How well do you know John McClain?
Fairly. I mean,
John McClain, I imagine, is going to be surly.
Oh, I'm
that
sure
the
he will
Astros lost 17-1 today.
I'm sure he will be. He's been lighting them up on the socials.
We're about to get pissed off John McClain in 8 minutes. And quite frankly, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because pissed off John McClain is entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Frustrated, especially, because he gets to write about baseball and stuff now. And he's been writing a lot about the AL West and the Astros implosion. 17-1 is a damn embarrassment.
There it is.
In fact, John McClain tweeted out, the most embarrassing performance I've ever seen the Astros have. Well, that's just not true. That is not true. I've seen them play worse games. Now, I didn't watch any of this game, but it can't be the most embarrassing that he has ever seen. The guy's been around for 87 years.
Well, he's just saying a team so close to first place can stink so bad. Those are his words. Crushed by the Red Sox 17-1.
Mm-hmm. Call another team meeting.
Yeah.
Roster cut down day coming up on Monday is going to be an interesting day across the NFL, but also a very interesting day when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. There are going to be some very difficult decisions that Dallas is going to have to make, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah.
And then Mike McCarthy said today, there is the possibility that they could actually keep 4 running backs on the roster.
I hope so, because I think there's definitely candidates to fill that out. But yeah, I mean, it's this is a important game for those guys. And I'll say this: Hunter hasn't been given a lot of opportunities. So I definitely want to see him play a lot Saturday night. So I definitely want to fill the void that's created sometimes where players haven't been given enough opportunities.
Hearing him talk like that, and that running back's going to get a lot of time. Will Greer is also going to get a lot of time. In fact, McCarthy said he's going to play most of the game.
Oh, huge. He's going to take the majority of it. So, I'm excited for him. I think Will has clearly taken a jump from last year. And I mean, he's I like the way the whole room has has improved. I think Cooper's, he's played very well in the first 2 games. So, this Saturday night will be about Will.
Interesting.
You could look at that in a couple of different ways. Like, is Will Greer being put on display to potentially be tradable?
Could be.
Because if he plays well again, it's not like you can hide him on the practice squad for very long, even though you can keep 3 quarterbacks and have that guy dressed. Or is he played well enough to where they want to give a good, hard, long look at Will Greer as maybe quarterback 2 and part ways with Cooper Rush? Because it does feel like they're giving Cooper Rush the you got the 2 treatment. You don't have to earn anything. But Will Greer has played pretty well.
He has played well. And I think you got to look at this guy. You got to see what you've got in Will Greer. Again, we've said this on the show before. When we were out of training camp a year ago, Will Greer was out playing Cooper Rush, and then Greer got hurt. So, and then Cooper kind of cemented his status there with a new contract, obviously this offseason when he went 4-1 when Prescott went out.
But I wonder what the outs are on that contract.
Interesting.
Because a backup quarterback contract is whatever. But you look at like Arizona today makes a trade with Cleveland for Dobbs. And I don't know, his Colts been bad. They don't have a Kyler Murray. They're not trying to win games. But
well, that saved Kellen Mond, by the way, that trade, because now Cleveland's no longer going to waive him. They're going to keep him.
Well, they announced earlier that they'd already waived him.
Well, apparently not.
Now they brought him back.
I said no longer waiving quarterback Kellen Mond after Josh Dobbs trade.
Was he on the plane home yet?
I don't. He was still packing his bag.
He and Charles Wiley, who played at UTSA, got cut. I wonder if they were on the same Southwest flight to SAT.
Yeah, well,
right. But
the only problem was Wiley had to come home. Mond staying in Cleveland.
And not like you get a direct flight on Southwest from Cleveland to San Antonio anyway.
God, they even fly to Cleveland?
Well, imagine they'll get there one way or another.
Oh,
might have to go to Chicago and Denver and then up to, I don't know, Spokane and then over to Cleveland.
Cleveland. Been there once.
Did you ever look at flights and wonder who buys these 2 or 3 different stops? Let's get a 10-hour flight on Southwest and it's more expensive than the direct flight.
Yes.
Like, who buys those?
I don't know. Maybe you just want to say you've been there.
Nobody says that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I fly into Charlotte, North Carolina. They got a beautiful airport. I got to see that because we saved $20.
Pledge went to Kansas City and went to Vegas for 4 hours first.
Wow. How much money did you lose, Pledge, in that 4 hours?
See, that's the problem with Vegas. Is you got slot machines and a bar. So I mean, it's a double whammy. Normally, it's just the airport bar.
I don't know. If you got a 4-hour layover in Vegas, I'm getting in a cab and going somewhere.
Me too.
I'm not going to stay in the airport.
I caught up on sleep that I didn't get that night.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
nobody does that in Vegas.
I did.
Nobody does that in Vegas. That just meant you spent all your money in Kansas and couldn't go out in Vegas.
Yeah, maybe.
It's exactly what that means.
Yeah, I'm hailing a yellow cab.
So Kellen Mond is Uber. It's 2023.
Well, okay, whatever.
Yeah, actually, Vegas leaving the airport's probably the only place you still get in a cab.
He's still getting a cab. I don't know. There are other places. It depends. If I don't want to wait on an Uber, the cabs are right there. I'll jump in a cab.
What are you laughing at, Pledge?
Maldonado?
Yeah. John McClain.
Yeah,
We'll try to get some info on the Texans. We'll do our best for you Texans fans to get in a question or two about C.J. Stroud.
John needs to get it off his chest. So he's probably looking at this phone call as a therapy session.
Pledge, I've known John a long time. A long time. Make sure you have the dump button ready. Following a 17-1 loss to the Boston Red Sox, noted Houston Astro fan and Houston sports columnist, the great John McClain, will join us next Fireworks are expected here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Touchdown Vegas! What a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL. San Antonio's Sports Center.
It seems worth mentioning again, the Boston Red Sox roasted the Houston Astros this afternoon, 17-1. Oh, my goodness. The Los Angeles Angels' Shohei Ohtani suffered a UCL tear last night, could require Tommy John surgery, and the Texas Rangers have a chance to put some distance between them and the Astros. They take on the Minnesota Twins right here on San Antonio Sports Star, beginning at 5:30.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Early release day today. We've got Rangers baseball coming up at 5:30. So we moved John McClain up 15 minutes to get to him now. And look, we generally talk Houston Texans with the great John McClain. And as he joins us on the Buyers Barricades guest line based on his tweets from earlier today, this is a therapy session after the Astros get destroyed by Boston 17-1. I'm not going to ask how you're doing, John.
The Astros were humiliated at home, getting swept by Seattle, and they had a team meeting. Then they bounced back to beat the Red Sox twice. When a half game of the Rangers, they lose one to the Red Sox. Okay, that's all right. You can win 3 out of 4, and then they come out and get beat 17-1. They're so bad. Martin Maldonado was pitching, which is a role that he's not much better than as a catcher. And I'll tell you what, it's the most embarrassing performance I can remember the Astros having. And I've seen a lot of games going back to the first season in 1962 when I was 10 years old. And now it's good to go on the road because they've been much better on the road than they've been at home. So get them out of town.
What?
Most embarrassing. That's huge. And that well, I didn't see any of the game. I just kept seeing the score get bigger and bigger. And I mean, in the race in the AL, you know, the Rangers are imploding. The Astros are imploding. Seattle at least lost last night, but they're playing great baseball right now. Could you imagine if both the Astros and the Texas Rangers pissed this opportunity away?
I could see it. I mean, the Astros have reached at least the American League Championship Series 6 years in a row. They've gone to 4 World Series and won 2. And right now, they don't have anything. Their starting pitching's terrible. They've got 2 relievers pitching well. Bullpen has done okay. That hasn't been the issue, and I don't count today. And their hitting's been up and down. And Dusty Baker's made a lot of curious personnel moves, like insisting on starting Martin Maldonado, who's 37, his 60th in framing, last in pass balls, and he's hitting 175. Instead of putting Yainer Diaz, who continues to excel, and this will be Maldi's last season. He'll probably be a coach and then a manager. But right now, they stink, and there's no other way to put it. They stink. Let them stink in Detroit.
Well, John, I'm going to try to shine some optimism on this day for you because I still believe, and I've said this for several weeks now. I still think the Astros are the class of that division, and they will overtake Texas and win it.
Yeah, right now they're the class, and it's third. And Seattle is the class of the AL West. And it's a fun race. It's closer than any of the other divisions. Any of the teams can win it. The Astros play 3 games in Arlington the first week of September. And the Astros go on the road for the last 6 games. And most people say, whoa, wow, that's going to be tough. They play 3 at Seattle, 3 at Arizona. The Diamondbacks could be in a wild card race. And I say, good. They've been better on the road than at home, even though they have great crowds and great fans. You know, there's no way to explain it. Let them go on the road. And if they're going to blow it, Let them do it where they've been best, away from Minute Maid Park.
The great John McClain joining us here on the Blitz. And John, I know you've written a couple of columns about the Astros, and one of the great things about retiring from the Chronicle is you're able to write about the Astros, write about baseball, write about other things besides the NFL and the Houston Texans. I'm curious there in Houston and some of the response from your readers, because you're such a trusted voice for the Houston sports community. When you talk about how bad they are and the most embarrassing loss, can you put a finger on what actually is going wrong with the Astros, and are they capable of righting that ship?
Last year, they already have more losses than last season, one more, because last night after they lost, one of the writers tweeted last year's record compared to this year. So I tweeted all they need is a 34-game winning streak, and they'll have the same record. Now that's impossible. And their starting pitching has not been good. Framber Valdez has been mostly terrible, except for no-hitter. Since the All-Star break, he's supposed to be their ace. Christian Javier got a big contract. He's won 2 games in 2.5 months, both when he pitched 5 innings. They've been 11 of the last 11 games, 8 times a pitcher, starter can't get past 5 innings. Verlander did it the other night. So it starts with their starting pitching. It is nowhere near what it was last year. And they'll say, oh, we lost Luis Garcia. We never had Lance McCullers. Yeah, but the guys you do have are not pitching the way they did last year, and the blame's got to be on them.
Wow. I mean, that's incredible. I want to ask you a baseball question, John, but not about the Astros. It's Shohei Ohtani. Obviously devastating news for him and the Angels. What do you think happens to him? Do you think he's gone from LA?
I think he's gone from LA, but there's no way, because he had Tommy John surgery, came back, and he was great. It is proven that if you have a second Tommy John surgery, you are not the same pitcher. And even Superman's got some kryptonite. So I do not see him getting $500 million like everybody's talking about, when he might not be close to being the same pitcher. You know, he's going to be a great hitter. So what would you give? You know, Mike Trout gets hurt every year. He's hurt this year. He missed 38 games. He comes back for 1, then he's back on the IL. And you have those 2 superstars, and they're still no good. But I think Ohtani, he's still going to get a lot of money, but I don't think he's going to get $500 million, play as the greatest two-way player in baseball history, that this injury could not come at a worse time for him.
Absolutely not. John McClain joining us here on the Blitz, as he does every Thursday afternoon. The question everybody asks, when is D'Amico going to name C.J. Stroud the regular season starting quarterback?
Well, why does he need to name him? He's the starter. He's been the starter. He is the starter, and he will be the starter. It was funny the first time he said, we'll have some players on the field in Baltimore, and you'll see who our starters are. And he keeps saying that. Now, it's not funny, although some people are going crazy in the media that he won't name him. But I don't even give it a second thought, because I know he's the starter. Why he doesn't, I have no idea. The GM, Nick Caserio, told our morning show here during training camp, there's a chance he won't name him. And so I don't know, because he's a first-time head coach, and we've never seen D'Amico operate as a head coach. But I can tell you this, C.J. Stroud is the starting quarterback.
And, John, you know, there was a trade made today with Arizona for an offensive lineman. It looks like the Texans, you know, because everybody can talk about the offensive line and the need for depth and all that kind of stuff. The Texans actually look pretty good in that category.
Well, they're desperate at right tackle. Titus Howard had surgery to repair a broken hand. He's got a cast. They don't know if he's going to be ready for the first game. This trade for Josh Jones from University of Houston, a former third-round pick in the last year of his contract, tells me there's a good chance he's not going to be ready in 2 weeks, even if he can put a pad on it. Their backup, their third back, who has been a starter during his career, he had surgery in the off season. He's had a back and ankle problem. He has not participated in all-season program or training camp. And every time I see him, he's walking around. He doesn't limp. He walks normally. but he's never put on pads. So he's going to start the season physically unable to perform, which means he's going to have to be out at least 4 weeks, miss at least 4 games. So they need another one. They signed 3. 2 went down with injuries. The other one, George Fant, is the starter right tackle. And the Cardinals are cleaning house. The previous regime drafted these guys. Josh Jones started 11 games last year, so they'll have him in the mix at right tackle. And maybe once he gets here and gets adjusted, he might have a chance to be the swing tackle because they only activate 3 on game days.
The great John McClain. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. You can read him at sportsradio610.com and hear him. He's all over that radio station all the time. John, hopefully next week we'll talk about an Astros winning streak.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't tell me. Well, the sun comes up tomorrow, but the key is, will it come up in Detroit where the Astros will be? Thank you guys very much, as always.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it. John McClain joining us, as always, on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Want to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. I'm proud to do it. And, we had a little rain earlier this week, believe it or not. It was so good to see that. And if you notice a little drip or a little leak or something, well, you want to call somebody that you can trust, somebody that's been in business for a long time and, years of experience, and they do great work and they stand behind it. That is Stevens Roofing. They've got a great saying. It's buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. In fact, the pros at Stevens Roofing can repair and install all kinds of roofs. They do metal roofs. They even do commercial projects. And if you've got an insurance claim, here's what I love. Hand that off to Stevens Roofing. Let them deal with the insurance company. Takes it right off your plate. Give them a call, 210-785-0994. They're going to send somebody out to check for any damage, and they're going to give you an honest assessment. Whether you have a simple leak or you need an entire roof replaced, Stevens Roofing is your local roofer. They're here for you, rain or shine, and they're going to be here for years to come. Get them online at stevensroofing.net. But don't forget that saying, buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. 210-785-0994.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Fantasy football right around the corner. We got last preseason weekend coming up and 2 preseason games tonight. Underdog Fantasy is where you need to go for your fantasy football because they've got a new way for you to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. It is a fantasy game, but you can win real cash money, and it is legal here in the great state of Texas and a ton of fun. I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, and their NFL season-long Pick'em game is live now. Pick between 2 and 5 players. Select whether they're going to go higher or lower on season stat totals, and you could win up to 20 times your money in a single game by going 5 for 5. Build your dream team today. Head over to their easy-to-use mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up, use my promo code STAR, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. So don't forget that promo code STAR. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Go download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to underdogfantasy.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues to the whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember two things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, when you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each place their trust in me to do everything it takes to obtain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple of years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage. End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller wins.
Then you roll in with your hair in the wind, maybe without warning.
You want to go see this guy?
What do you mean it's this Luke?
I don't know.
Oh
Luke
my
Combs. Growing Up and Getting Old tour. On this Hot Ticket Thursday, we've got your tickets right now. Caller number 9. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, you win a pair of tickets to go see Luke Combs in May. So you've got plenty of time to plan for that show. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
Wow. That's going to be a great show. I'm surprised you don't have tickets already.
How do you know that I don't?
Well, that's a good point.
Just a wild guess because it's a country guy?
Well, I just, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
that's pretty safe.
Well, I mean, you've enjoyed country
Oh,
concerts.
absolutely. I know there's one coming up in a couple weeks out at Flores Country Store that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, who's that?
Ian Munchkick. See, you don't.
Are you eating something? What did you say?
Speaking of eating, let's judge me.
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
We tell you every week, you know you're grilling, you know you're taking pictures of your food. Take those photos, upload them at sasportstar.com because Reinagel loves judging meat.
I was judging earlier today.
Well, you were. We had quite the debate.
Yeah, we did.
Over the winner today. And congratulations, Sergio. You get yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market's Hebner Road location.
Congratulations.
It says Texans grilling on a Sunday afternoon, 105 degrees outside, and you're firing up that pit. That's fantastic.
Dude, that doesn't matter. You know, we barbecue here. It doesn't matter
Well,
how
I
hot
mean,
it is.
Well, I mean, for him, he's got like flame going.
Yeah.
We turn on the Traeger and then go inside and work an app. There is a difference,
Well,
and I
there
fully
is.
understand that.
Well, there is. But I used to be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, guys got some pitas on there, some chicken, some sausage.
You know, I will say, for a steak, burgers, dogs, chicken, like that, I know the Traeger's great, but something about that flame kiss.
Well, that's it. That's why I've got multiple grills in the backyard.
Well, I know.
Not every item is
Traegerable.
Yeah. I mean, there's just
sometimes you want that flame.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It creates that
Little
great
sizzle.
outer crust.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing burgers or like
Yeah.
I said, some sausage, something like that. Wings.
Well, chicken too on
wings.
that. You get that skin kind of.
Well, the trick on a Traeger on a pellet smoker of getting some crispier skin, spray butter. Especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I keep bringing this up, but I'm pretty proud of it. That prime rib had a nice
outer crust.
Outer crust, yeah.
Because you seared it.
But I think I'm going to do that from now on. I like the way I did it this time versus the reverse sear. I did it before.
Well, and you can get away with that.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. The reason I like a reverse sear is, especially if you're doing a long smoke, 2, 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
As soon as you sear it, there's no smoke penetrating that meat.
Right.
And so that's why the reverse sear. So you get 3 or 4 hours of smoke penetrating the meat, and then you sear it off at the end, and that sucks all the juices back in.
Now, see, I'm going to have to try it the other way and cook it longer, because I never, obviously didn't smoke it because I seared it first, but I can see that. Because I would like to cook one next time with a little super smoke going.
Well, and that's, and again, if you want to bite in and get that smoky flavor on every bite, then you don't sear first.
You sear after.
It's, but it's all personal preference.
Well, yeah, but I did kind of like this one, and I enjoyed it.
End result is good, but you're proud of yourself anytime you don't blow the thing up.
Well, no, I've got it. It's caught on fire once since I've had it, so I'm doing okay. And that was just because the butcher paper wasn't wrapped properly, and the juice went down. And
let's do what's on tap.
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
It is time for What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Make sure you go to the website, samsburgerjoint.com, for your tickets, their full lineup, and the menu. They've got Jacob Stelly out there tonight. Skyrocket, always a lot of fun. They're out there on Friday night. Saturday night's a treat. Ray Wiley Hubbard.
Nice.
On the Sam's Burger Joint stage. Sunday night, California Guitar Trio. And then next Wednesday, Jeff Blocks is going to be out there.
Nice. Now, look, tonight at the Majestic Theater, I don't know, is this Matoot? Party Monster?
I have no idea.
Or should that be Mature?
I don't know. You just wanted to say toot on the air because you're immature.
Matoot. Hey, at the Alamo Dome tonight, you go watch some football out there. Austin Crockett taking on Highlands. That'll be fun. The Owls playing. Brian Callen is at the LOL Comedy Club. And, of course, the Mission's playing ball out at the Wolf, taking on those Amarillo side poodles.
Tonight, or Friday night, out at Flores Country Store, the Cameron Saki Band.
Saki. Saki.
I'm just waiting for the drop.
I know, right?
It's right there, and Pledge just doesn't want to hit it.
I'm using the element.
Son of a. William Beckham is playing a sold-out show Friday night out at Green Hall. I believe he's out there Saturday night as well, because that's on my list for Saturday night, because Friday night I have football.
Yeah.
ACL Live has the Australian Pink Floyd show. And then, of course, in the Alamo Dome, you've got the Pigskin Classic getting underway with three, Antonio Holy Cross on Friday night. Then you've got the triple header on Saturday.
Now, wait a minute. What's the Australian? Is that the Australian version? What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, they're going to have an accent?
I mean, I don't know if that was Australian, mate.
I'm not sure it was.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
The Australian version. Very nice. Yeah, Saturday, you mentioned the Pigskin Classic, 3 games inside the Alamo Dome. O'Connor Brandeis, the rivalry of all rivalries in high school football.
Wow.
7:30 in the Alamo Dome. Forest Country Store has Cody Hibbard. You've got Phil Wickham and Brandon Lake at the AT&T Center. William Beckham, or Beckman, I should say, sold out at Green Hall. A lot going on this weekend. A lot of sports action. In Toyota Field, you've got the SAFC taking on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds FC.
Riverhounds. Sunday out at Green Hall, Seth James, fantastic guitarist. Go up to Green, get the coldest beer in Texas. For those of you with kiddos in the car, ACL Live has Kids Bop.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Australian version of Pink Floyd is.
Dude.
I mean, that's just that baffles me.
Is it can't be the Australian Pink Floyd show.
What the hell?
Now I'm curious.
Yeah,
Pledge, will you Google what the hell this is that we're talking about? I mean, sometimes when you put this list together, you might need to explain some things.
The Australian version of Pink Floyd.
You never know what's going to attract Joe Rhino. Did you ever see Pink Floyd when they were playing the version that we're used to?
No, I did not.
I mean, is it like the laser light show that they used to have? It's exactly what it is. But why is it the Australian version? Was it cheaper than the American version, or the German version, or the English version? Because they used to do that all the time at the Majestic, the Pink Floyd laser light show. That was always a lot of fun. Remember back in the day, Stone City Attractions. Dude, I saw Pink Floyd twice, man. They were fantastic.
I'm sure they were. I mean, I like Pink Floyd music. That was fine, but this Australian Pink Floyd it baffles me.
You know, sometimes, when the pigs are flying, and depending on what you've had, it could really,
I guess
really
so,
play
right?
games with your mind.
Australian, I'm fascinated.
It's a Pink Floyd tribute band that's from Australia.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
They've been together since 1988, so they've been making a pretty damn good living.
Well, they're doing ACL Live. I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty good. Nice.
What's on tap? Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com. Tell you what, high school football, we talked about the Pigskin Classic. Tomorrow night, we got Steele and Brennan as our 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star High School Game of the Week, energized by Hill Electric and Frost Bank. Steele and Brennan. Tonight, when you're home and you're looking for something to watch, our good buddy Don Harrison and Chuck Bicatenic, they have a game tonight with one of the better players in the San Antonio area to kick off their Thursday night light season. Veterans Memorial against Harlandale. Now, the running back, this kid named James Peoples, this kid's already committed to Ohio State.
Oh,
Everybody in the country, from Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, everybody was after Peoples, and he chose Ohio State.
Well, he can change his mind 3 or 4 times
between
now and then.
He could.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's some special talent in San Antonio.
No doubt.
And that is one of them. I mean, you think about the running back position.
Yeah.
When you think about some of the great running backs from Ohio State. So if you're home tonight, don't watch Swamp Kings. I can tell you that now. Save yourself the time. You're flipping through the channel and you don't want to see a rerun. Maybe watch a little high school football.
Yeah,
tonight.
maybe so. Maybe so.
So we get out early today.
We do.
Yes.
That hasn't happened in a while since we changed times.
And Matt Roy just texted. And your buddy Matt Roy is on the sidelines of the vet game.
There you go.
Matt Roy wanting some
All
love
right.
as well.
Look at that.
So
Go,
Matt
Matt.
Chuck and that Don guy.
Yeah, go Matt.
Uh-huh. Good Lord. Appreciate you listening, Matt. Rangers baseball is next.
It's the Mets, and he plans to be in the lineup as the DH. Baseball finals today. The Rays beat the Rockies 5-3. Josh Lowe with a game-winning 2-run homer.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance.